good.
DND, 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 DND,
Is that a good build up with the music?
If the ChatGPT said D&D were bad, and they knew that we
Oh,
could say
yeah.
that, then I would be
What's the Dubuque Dungeon Diaries catchphase?
D&D,
Wait,
we're
is it
back.
still a loose, do you know?
Oh no, I have to do shit.
It is a little wobbly.
Holy shit! We're throwing a couple extra nails and screws in there.
All right, but fellas,
Give Gary Harris a call.
I'm already up with
Yeah.
that better than him. He's gonna take.
Well, I don't know why he just doesn't give it to you. Like, it doesn't make sense why you have two separate lights.
Oh no, I was saying the.
Oh, I think
We have
that's
the
the
same
light.
screen that's important.
But recap the last session real quick. We got some interrogating done with the member of the Crimson Cord bar, Ike Killigan's crew. Did some questioning to him. Elcor charmed him and was able to get some information out of him. Not a whole lot, but decent whereabouts of where Grover was, kind of what the plan was between the guilds and stuff like that. Thor was entrusted in watching him, which he failed. And the guy ended up running away, but luckily your crew was able to hunt him down, get him back on the ship, to which he would later... Did he die?
Oh no,
We still got him, right?
Okay.
he's still down there. I promised him I was gonna break every bone he had.
Because we remember we gave Thorin the,
Yeah.
or Dominic
Dominic,
dog
yeah,
watch
yep.
him though.
Got it. So he's still at the bottom of your ship as you guys planned what to do next. Essentially, you guys plan to get the owls, ride them over to Grovo's Grotto, and in doing so, the city streets began to scatter as they saw the owls approaching, and within game time minutes, there was a battle that ensued in Grovo's Grotto, which resulted in the Soti Malka victory and claiming the grotto as their own. But that's where we will start. You guys are in Grovo's Grotto, and Grovo and his men have been defeated.
I keep fucking forgetting that I have this fucking circlet on every fucking session. I remind myself to use it, and I never fucking.
What does it do?
It's a minus D4 to any weapon, metal weapon attack, and if they miss, then I can like basically direct where the attack goes.
What circlet is it?
We found it a while ago. Alright, I don't even know why. Oh, it probably is. We've been on this island for fucking 3 months.
And as the dust settles, you hear the creaking of the floorboards and the last few groans of the men on the floor dying and grasping for the last breath of air. And outside, you hear some chatter sparking about.
Should we barge the door? Goddamn, sound my voice. Sigmund.
Oh, you sound a little different.
Almost like Sigma.
Should we barge the door?
Yeah, I'll get right on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab
So-
some chairs and whatnot.
Yep, make
Barge the door.
a strength check. See how well you can do this here.
So that's going on. I will start looting Grobo.
Okay. We'll do that.
It's kind of cocked.
It's even worse.
Course.
And so you guys see Brecken grab a few chairs, and the door's kind of busted. Or actually, the door's busted wide open because Dorian came in.
Blasted through
So
that
you guys
bitch.
see Brecken grab a few chairs, and he sets it right in front. He kind of looks around at this giant-ass broken door frame, and you're like, yeah, that'll do. And as you guys see through this broken door frame, the people are starting to come out of the alleyways and start to look in to the bar, and they're all kind of whispering to each other, and that's what you guys hear is the...
Let's reload.
So,
We're trying to find some
18 on investigation.
Elcor, you looted Grobo, correct?
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna.
So you find these. You can look at them, but don't read the back of them.
While he's doing that, I'm just gonna go around
Lot
looking.
identify over here.
I'm gonna look at all the bodies and just see if I can find anything useful.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Like
look around
arrows,
the
if there's
room.
any good weapons.
I'll
Gold.
look if there's like a storage room or something like that around here.
Yeah. Make
Wait.
a...
I'm assuming, is that supposed to be like that?
Oh shit! Is it dual?
Yeah, looks like it.
2 pairs. You get 4 feet.
I was like, wait,
That's how
what?
we got over there so goddamn quick.
It's got 4 feet.
This is the second, this is part of his set.
Grow about 4
Is it?
foot.
Is there,
Who's that?
Do you know how many pieces his Rowan set used to be? The Umbral set,
Oh.
or? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
But make a history check, Bradley, to see if you can recall anything.
That is a 12.
You recall your items were taken once before. They were brought here, and they were somehow retrieved back by someone from in your party. And if you guys want to roll for him with advantage, because he's the one who did it.
Okay, so I got a 12.
Wait,
I
history
bet-
is intellect. I don't know if he's got intellect.
Well,
Wait, he should have a stat, shouldn't he?
I don't think he takes them with him.
For here.
History.
Oh, he does have proficiencies. He got +4.
Oh, so he's got 16.
16.
I guess I'll just...
And you hear Elcor, or Torrin speak up. Yes, back room. That is storage. As he sees you, Bradley, trying to look around.
And then
And once we get the map up,
I'll head there once he kind of points it out to me. I guess I'll walk up to him.
I'm gonna see if Grobo's got anything that he's proud of on display as far as like weapons or armor pieces or anything like that.
make an investigation.
And I'm just
Trophies.
looting all the soldiers.
Okay.
Jesus.
Not good. Investigations?
Yep.
I got 13.
10.
Brecken, you notice that he does have some like nicer tankards, if you will, behind the bar on like a shelf. But that's really about it as far as like display. I mean, they have different kind of trophies hung out just a little bit throughout the area, but they're just like of deer, of like nothing really of that symbolic nature.
Nothing like Donnie puppets.
Donnie puppets.
Do I see
Puppet
that?
band.
Make a perception.
Yeah.
To see if you see Brecken over there checking it out.
Oh, it's kind of... Oh, sure fail.
And so you guys just see Sylvan. He's off in his own world right now. He's just chilling.
I'm
But
focused on the back room.
but Doris, oh yeah, because you're going with Torn
yeah.
and Bradley. Doris, you began
Where were
investigating.
you at? Oh, you're here.
You begin investigating the soldiers, and you don't find really anything of value. I'd say collectively you find 50 gold amongst them all. But as far as they just have common, decorative leather armor.
You
and-
should maybe take those weapons if you need them for the ship members.
Good point. Maybe we could even
At
use
least
all
the
the armor
swords,
too.
if you can fit it in the bag. I don't know about the armor. It's a little bit heavier. It may take more time to get off of them, but
We could even, maybe send the men here and have them take it.
Good. We do have a couple bag of holdings. Should be.
How many swords did you say?
There's about 8 short swords, 8 long swords.
So yeah, I'll take them.
I reckon it also might not hurt if we took a couple of bows. We could teach a couple of the men on the ship how to shoot.
Yep, I think they got it in them.
And Elcor, what'd you roll on your investigation for Grobo?
18.
You find a set of keys on him too.
No, nice. Well, I believe I have the keys of this place. Torn, where did you say the back room was? I will follow you.
And you see him over here, Elcor. He leads you.
You turned into me over
I
there,
know.
calling me my old character. I was terrible at that.
Second damage for both of you.
Like that.
That was my biggest downfall as a DM, calling him the wrong name.
Yep. And so, Torn leads you 3 into this back room, and you open up into this kitchen. And again, not quite as stocked as Sandor's or Salvador's place, but decent amount of food back here. They got some vegetables, they got meats, they got a barrel full of grain and different produce, and then they got a large cooking area. Where would you guys like to go? As Torrin, he's walking this way, but there's also a door right over here.
Real quick, while they're doing that, I'm gonna get
I'll follow
swords,
Torn, I guess, because I have the keys.
all the kinds of
I'll go
swords
the
and
other
the
way.
bows, and I'm just gonna put them in like an area, like put them all in piles so we can grab them.
I can go through the door,
I'm
man.
gonna check behind the bar, see if there's anything under there.
I'll go through that. I'll go through this way.
Okay, you're gonna go through this way.
Maybe like
So-
a nice bottle of hooch.
We'll do these 3 first. So, Torn,
Find your hoochie mama in there.
this is the door I found your items in before.
And I'll kind of like look at the keys and I'll kind of start sticking
Yep.
them into the door.
And there's like 4 of them on there, and you stick one and it doesn't quite twist. Stick another one, same result. But the third one you stick in, you hear, and peeks open.
We'll walk in.
All right. So you three walk into this room. Would you want to delete that left room right there?
Says Chick-fil-A easy in there now.
He's a hungry DM.
He's a hungry poor chap. And so in here you see kind of a hangout room, what you might think of to be Grobo's office and the guild members' kind of stash, if you will. Everyone in this room make investigation checks.
Alright. 16. Thought it was a 1 at first. 7, thank God.
5.
Can we roll for him?
Yep.
Oh,
7's kind of cocked.
not good.
You got 7.
All right, so you guys all see there's gold on the table. There's kind of scattered papers amongst it. You see a couple chests, and then on that back wall, everyone notices a bunch of items that, again, you don't get. Oop, let me see this here quick.
There's a fuck ton of items here.
Or don't like
Holy
what they
shit.
do, right?
Yep.
Might as well just go to sleep and just use all my spells to identify.
I will, you said there's papers on here?
There are papers. Yep.
I'll start reading the papers.
Okay. And you see there's transcripts between Salvador, Ike, and Drevin Moonfall, similar to the ones that you found in Salvador's lair, but make a history check.
Yeah, because I read the last ones in
Yep.
Salvador's too, I believe.
Yep.
Oh my god, another 7. 16 again.
Nice, you beat it. You notice that there is so there's communication between those 4, but there's no communication that you see on Grobo's desk between him and Aldous like there was in Salvador's.
So Salvador was connected to all this, but it doesn't sound like Grobo is.
Yep.
What about Ike Killigan, specifically with him and Grobo?
Mhm.
I want to look for anything related that would have been specifically related to like our whereabouts or like scene that happened
Yep.
the
Yep.
last day or whatever, like the
And
bar.
with your investigation there, you're able to find kind of scattered documents that kind of breaks up the story. It's not all in one piece just because it is broken out, but with your intelligence and your investigation, you're able to kind of piece together the conversation that Ike and Grobo had, and it kind of transcribes to Ike told him that you guys were here, you took Salvador's head, and anyone could be next, essentially.
Gotcha.
Ike told Grobo of his plan to pretty much burn down his bar and trap you guys in it, and so Ike gave Grobo most of his items in his bar.
Oh,
And so
that's why there's so many.
you're pretty much seeing the hall of 2 guilds, kind of 2 thieves guild clubs, kind of hoarding
Items
into
together.
one spot. Yeah.
When that related to that, is there any whereabouts on Ike where he would have been?
You do not see any whereabouts.
Yeah, I will. I mean, did you
Could
grab
I-
the gold yet?
Yeah, I would say, can I do an Arcana check on the Republic the Greaves?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, 24.
You get it.
I'll look at the desk, and I know there's other keys, so I will
Mhm.
then look at the desk to see if there's any secret
Yep.
compartments or anything like that, assuming that there may
Yep,
be.
for the druid of our party.
Investigation.
Behind those Satoran.
Nice. 24.
Nice. Yes. You do know that you've only gone through 3 doors really that you would have had to take to get back to this spot. So there's the bar door kitchen, the bar or the door over here, and the door over there. So you kind of have 1 key remaining, and when you're kind of shifting through the desk, you find almost a button that switches over, and there's a keyhole on the opposite side of it.
And I'll
you
kind of
stick
stick
it in
that
there.
key in there
Yep.
and try to.
And you see it pops out like a little half drawer, and inside there's a scroll.
Oh, I will open the scroll
Mhm.
and read it. Does it seem like a spell scroll or does it seem like a message scroll?
And you see, kind of unfolding the scroll, it's blank.
I know exactly what it is. Can't say though. Well, Bradley, do you know what this does? It's blank.
I'm not sure. Should I I'll try to do an Arcana check on it again.
Mhm.
If I can. 17.
You get the presence of magic, but you can't really identify what it is.
It's definitely magical. It's not sure.
Kill him here now. Yeah, I guess I'll kind of stuff that in my pocket,
Mhm.
and then me and Bradley will start trying to gather the gold and
Yep.
go through the chest.
Okay. You, there's no really investigation that needs to be done here, but we'll let you guys do this, and we'll jump to Sylvan over here. Sylvan, getting in there, it is locked, but I'll say you get the keys from. We won't have to role play that, but.
And I'll say once I get done gathering that stuff.
I'll mage hand the keys over to him.
But you want to delete.
I'll see that he's over there, and I'll just follow him for any assistance.
I'll be at the bar.
Whoa.
Cages.
Oh, more.
More cages.
Sorry, that's just more mouths to feed.
And so, Sylvan, you get into this room, and again, you see cobblestone floor. It's very dimly lit, and you see cages in front of you. But one thing that you just passively notice from this cellar area compared to Salvador's is all the cages are empty.
I was trying to tell you.
No, I'll just quick kind of walk through. And I'll look for any things left behind, anything that
Try
might.
again.
Make an investigation check as you walk through the cellar room.
Might be the best investigation of my life. 22.
Nice. With that, you notice it's different from the ones in Salvador Storm's lair. These ones in most of the cages have blood, and they also have kind of shackles in them. Whereas the other ones, they were more so in Salvador's. It was more so you're just confined in there, and there was no blood in their cages.
Well, then I'll.
You can add.
I didn't find
you have
anything.
sword.
I didn't do anything. Okay.
Nope.
All right, then I'll walk
We already
out.
have one long
All right.
sword.
And so you walk back
We'll
out
find
yonder.
No, I'll just go by those guys then.
Go by these guys?
I'm
Alright.
not doing that too.
What you guys find?
Feels like I found some of the letters between Grobo and Ike. It seems like that we were set up by them. Most of it seemed like to be a warning letter between them saying we took Salvador's head and anyone could be next. It does seem like to be that most of the loot was stashed here while Ike was planning on burning down his place. So,
Good for us.
although we are not able to find Ike, we were able to take a lot of his prized possessions.
That's good.
It doesn't say anything about where he's at now.
I do have this other piece of paper I found, but it seems to be blank, but it is magical.
Do we have the glasses?
Oh, yes, I think Torn has.
Torn
them.
has
Come
it.
on, look at this. All right, here, give me the glasses. And I'll just take them off his face.
Yep.
And I'll hand him
Got
the
it.
sheath of paper.
I'll try to read it.
Yep. And you read it, and when you put the glasses on, the map kind of comes to life, and you see it is another treasure map.
I knew it was that. Right when I get, because Sigmund was the one who put glasses on for the last one, but I just didn't know it. So it killed me.
What does it look like? Like, is it?
So it's hard to decipher, but you get this.
We got that last time too.
And I'll pull my map out.
Yep.
Didn't you say last time you found a treasure map is how you lost Sigmund?
That is correct.
That is correct.
So we have to sacrifice another person for the next item, you're saying? Well, hopefully it's not me or Bradley. I will not let it happen.
So it looks like it's right here. It's by the ripped halls. See it?
Yeah.
It's right there.
What can I see?
I can't get it to stay.
What was the first piece that you found?
Well, I found
That
one
was-
as well. That was back on Oldstead.
No, the from the Lich, you
It
said.
was that one right? It was like right here.
Yeah, what was the item that you received? Or
You guys can make history checks if need be.
Was it?
Oh, the mage thing. It was the handle.
I guess I wasn't there. I can't make a history check.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Give me some sidekick. Oh, it's
And I'll start looking around my
You can
bag.
take 5 more.
God. Oh, 5 more. Oh.
Oh, 1.
Was it a 1? I deserved a 1 for missing.
I just have a, we have a staff.
You see
artifact.
Oakward just
Yep.
kind of like,
Yeah.
you a what?
We've one staff artifact, so I think if we go there, we might find another one.
Might I see these items again?
Yeah, can I see them too? I'll pick some to figure out what they are.
Yes, if you could. I believe between me and Bradley, we could try to study them together for some time and maybe figure out some what the other ones do. I'm pretty good about seeing many items in my past, so I believe I may be able to identify some of the easier ones.
I've gotten good practice checking out items.
Well, maybe me and Bradley should try first, and the ones we can't get, you
try.
can do that.
You guys try. How about?
Split them up and
I mean, if you just want to assist me,
yes.
it makes me a little easier, and I will
Yes.
just
Come
I'll
do it
tell
that
you
way.
what I know.
So yeah, we'll start going through these.
And I'm gonna go as Torin. Can I guide?
What's your Arcana?
That's fine.
Got
Okay, I
it.
got +9, so it's gonna be easier. So he's gonna help me basically do it. I'm just gonna roll with advantage, so that's good.
Yep, and so you guys are just posted up in this kind of hideout room, just identifying a bunch
While
of
they're doing that, I'm just gonna grab
go.
gold.
Ooh,
Unless
first
they
one's
have
a
to do
25 on the. We'll just go on
right
the hat.
You get it. You get
Okay,
it.
we're not gonna read until the end though.
Okay, here. Well, this will be the good
Good
pile.
pile,
And then-
Second one is 28.
That'll get it.
It's gonna be the worst roll.
Oh, 23.
That'll get it.
I'm rolling good. 25.
Gets it.
Come on.
Gets it.
24.
This is gonna be tougher.
Ooh, 19.
Doesn't get
If
it.
you see me go over there and ask for that,
Yeah.
then I'll use identify.
On this one, on the.
Ooh, we got more.
Please
This
identify.
one's gonna
So,
be decently easy.
Ooh, 16.
It gets it. This one's gonna be tough.
Looks cool.
Oh, nice. 26. I roll a crit fail on all
This
this.
This one's gonna be in the middle.
20.
That gets it.
Oh, 25.
That gets it. This one's gonna
Last
be tougher.
one. No, 20! Go! Undefeated!
what's your?
+9.
Oh.
So
You
yeah,
gotta get
you
rid of-
guys.
I like identify.
Bradley, just give me the stack. I'll take the stack that I had, and you can have. I
You
think.
guys do all the reading and let me know what sounds
There you go.
cool.
As
Oh,
he
wait,
does this,
we
I'm
didn't
like,
get that spear though, right?
He didn't use it.
I used it.
Oh, you
I
did,
used
sorry.
it.
Oh, +10 movement.
Yeah, if they haven't grabbed the gold already, I was gonna do that.
I want to look around the bar, see if he's got anything stashed away. up
Lunch
the
is
bar.
trying to get into the Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
I'm making an investigation.
I guess we'll just pass these around the table.
Yeah, I just passed.
Fucking right. Probably.
Wait, I.
Oh, yeah, he's
You want me to put it up here?
Sure. Thank you.
I got
Really
21.
fucking good.
21.
What is it?
I was gonna say you could take it with advantage too, because you're booze hound.
It's good.
Still 21.
Okay.
This one's good for you.
For bites?
For bites.
Yes, that's the one I was gonna use identify on.
Unlike most other bars or inns or taverns that you've been in previously, the only place you've been has been Salvador's, where there's been an extra storage of different types of liquors or rums or just beer or wine. It seems like here in
That dagger.
Grobo's,
I'm
they have
using
a
that
little
thing.
bit more finer taste
Yeah.
than even what Salvador had.
And here you go.
Oh, you
And
can have
you
that.
realize that they have a private stock stashed underneath the bar that no one knows about. And so you grab some. And you find one small keg of mead.
Alright.
And immediately that one catches your attention
I'll ask, but this
because it has this very
Yeah, you can have one.
pungent,
Now what you spoke.
No, I'm just.
fruity flavor or fruity smell to it. And then you find just like a
There's a lot of things in there for bites.
you find a flask of this dark black liquid that smells very strong, but it smells very good. You don't know what it is, but it smells.
So I don't even know if
crazy.
it's alcohol.
You don't know what
Strange,
it is.
strange black flask.
It has the same viscosity of.
I'm gonna give it a little.
Yeah, that's one you just
little
gave
nip
me,
to the
sorry.
tongue. Let's see what I
okay.
can
I'm gonna just keep
identify
the
it.
vial.
So you go and you like take a little smell, and it like almost smells like smelling salts, like ammonia. Like it like
I haven't.
kind of hits your nose, and it just gives that
Yeah,
real
right.
nice burn in the back of your throat. Just by smelling it, I need you to make a Constitution save.
22.
Oh, yeah, it was a 20. When you go to smell it, that hits you and you like kind of take a little taste of it, and that just little bit that touches your tongue makes your tongue just start to go fuzzy and like kind of like staticky, like not quite numb, but almost there. And at first there's no taste to it, but then you get this like hot, peppery, like jalapeno or ghost pepper type liqueur taste.
So these
And
guys
then,
are the
like,
spices.
and then he, like, right as that kind of like hits and you're about to like, literally about to sweat and like almost like have the tears roll down your face, it turns minty. And then it like cools off. But even that small little just like dab on the tongue, you're like, whoa.
So I'm gonna. What is their name for this?
I
don't know what it is. I'm just gonna call it the.
just call it like icy hot drink.
Okay.
Liquid icy hot.
I'm gonna make Thora drink some of this. Make me geek out.
Actually, fucking call it Ghost Lung.
Ghost
Yeah,
Lung?
Ghost Lung.
You do.
That's the best. Get a new item and then update the Hero Forge menu with it. Just gets you already.
This guy always updating his Hero Forge guy.
Can't do that anymore, but
I can't wait. I thought you'd get one with your spear. I thought you would.
maybe I did.
You know he couldn't resist.
Maybe I did. So yeah, you guys are rummaging through the hall of Grovo's Grotto, and now you guys begin to hear a decent amount of chatter outside the busted down doorway.
Did we ever get told how many, like, what was in the chests?
Oh, 5,000 gold.
Okay.
Thanks, you guys.
Party fun.
Yeah, I just run the party fun.
Bing bing.
Yeah, as well, with these items, I might just take this +1 persuasion and the +10 movement speed.
That works.
Might I trade you? You can have those ones. I want that to pair with the gloves I'm currently wearing.
Sure.
Thank you.
Oh, these ones I like better anyways.
So I get +1 persuasion,
dagger
+10
you
movement
use,
speed.
Yeah, Vice is gonna have some fucking decisions to make. He's got like
Yeah, you
9
get 4
items over there that work for him.
Yeah.
You know what's your intelligence?
Whatever you take, we will probably have to at some point go back over and see what everybody's got.
Oh yeah, that's what they're gonna check.
11.
10 speed.
Okay, so I was gonna say you use the gift to gab one, but it's off
We
intelligence.
just got like 11 items.
Really? Well, I'm gonna call it tennis coach, so
Actually.
it was intense.
What'd you say?
You should take that
It
one.
was an intense tennis
Did you
coach.
We're gonna give the vigilance mantle to Brecken. Because you don't have any armor or anything, do you?
Oh, that'd be good.
For you. You have to decide what quivers you want. He's got the sweet ass quivers.
He's got quiver overload now.
That I like the invisible one. I
That
think that
one's
one's
sweet.
sweet.
That one's cool.
5 items to pick through.
That'd be good for like a rogue.
He took 2, he's got 2, he's got 4, you've got 1.
Yeah, that's you guys.
No one else uses arrows, right? Armored quiver.
Cool. I should write down. So I do have to unequip, I guess, just to let you guys know.
This
I'm taking off my Twilight Treaders, so that's I opened up another spot for attunement.
Got it.
Which the Twilight Treaders were.
They were I could go invisible at night, and I gained extra movement speed at night. So it was once per night you can use your bonus action to turn invisible. While it's night, you gain 10 feet of movement. Night is 8 to 6. So I'm just taking them off. And I just want the 10 movement speed
Got
at
it.
all times. So I only have 2 things attuned.
I don't know if you want that one.
Is my not using that?
I can't attune to that
So that
because I have my wand blade I have already.
these are my
Maybe
actual
it's
top
on to
two.
put on the
I think this
and
one
we looked at that.
And then acrobatics, athletics.
So
Do you have a ring?
I have 1.
I have
This
one
is
as well.
definitely better.
I think it's one, honestly.
What is that?
Thor, did you look at your item already?
Yeah, I just did.
Okay.
All your items are wood.
You can keep that one too, just in case.
Wait,
If you
why-
don't want that, let me know.
So
So
this one is a.
we have this cape.
I have a blue ring too. That's the funny thing.
I don't know if
How many
anyone.
things are you able to get to?
I don't know if anyone wants that cape, but it's not.
But it's like
Four.
body part.
This
Yeah.
spear,
So
I
you can only
think.
have-
So this isn't a tunable. This is not.
I mean, I
so
could
then
wear
why
it.
does it count, right?
I mean,
No,
I have
that's
a
just
cape,
an
but it
item.
doesn't do anything.
I think it has the star on
Sell
it.
it.
Yeah, but it has a
Avoids the
star on
benefit
it.
you at all, I would say.
It's a
Okay,
attunement.
so there's one.
The only thing I was thinking of is that I'm up in with people all the
Okay.
time.
So with that,
Yeah, but when are you gonna use that?
Well, when I get grappled, or when they're
Plus one.
unfriendly and they attack me. Was my thought, or if they try to grab
But
me.
yeah, so just a reminder on magical items.
Oh, you can't be grappled. I didn't even read that.
Magical items
Oh,
and
yeah, then you can
attunements,
keep it.
right? So like if you have, say, like a helmet, you obviously can't wear a circlet, right?
Mhm.
If you have gloves, you can wear a ring. If you have gauntlets, you cannot wear a ring. Okay, because like the ring wouldn't actually go over top of like the metal gauntlets, right? If you have like a belt, you're fine. You can wear pants or anything on your top. But like if you were wearing a circlet, you can't wear a necklace, right, or any sort of pendant type thing, and vice versa. And then if you want, say if you have gloves, and say those are attunement, and you have a ring that's not attunement, you're fine. If you want another ring, it would go in your other hand, but then you're also now limiting yourself to any other spot, right? So like, if you had two rings, you obviously wouldn't be able to get the circlet or the pendant either. So like, if you have one ring, a necklace, but no circlet, fine. But like, it's essentially like 3 pieces of jewelry, including things that aren't like an actual helmet, a cap, or anything like that, okay? Like, it has to kind of make sense of like what you're wearing.
Jumping is.
So like, for example, Doris,
Yeah.
you wear a helmet, right?
Well, I wasn't. I was gonna wear. I had this backwards because I thought like they were on separate pieces, but like never fucking use this thing anyway because I keep fucking forgetting to use
Yeah.
it. But yeah, so I would take this off so I can still wear my necklace.
Because yeah, I was gonna say, for example, like that wouldn't have worked with your helmet anyways. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
So like again, like if you had boots and pants, great, that's fine. You can do that.
So you can sell that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
these are all
the
mine.
style.
You have a chest
Or
piece and you just have a
that's
cape.
here.
Fine.
I'm just trying-
But
Did you want that or not?
You have a
Anything
cape,
you
you
don't.
can't wear a necklace, right? It's
You
like
can keep that or no? No?
Just you run a kimbo.
Makes sense.
whether
So-
it's
well, I can't- I
that's
can only
whether it's
attune that.
attunement or not attunement, right?
No, I already got a short sword and a.
Whether it's attunement
Dagger.
or not attunement, it doesn't matter. That's just the rules.
Here are my things equipped.
Conflicting items.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to look. That's
Sure.
what I have equipped.
So
And
boots
then
fine.
these are things
rings
that
fine,
like we can put in my bag.
glove fine.
Yeah, these are like
Clothes
basically
fine.
things to get
Weapon
rid
pipe
of.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Smoking pipe doesn't matter. So attunement though, you have
The crit is good on 19 and 20, but like
1, 2, and 3.
if Sigmund was around,
Kind
it
of
would be
forgot
better.
about this.
What's that do?
I want to. I want to go
Wait,
over.
the Tony.
I want to go over to like a piece of paper.
We're still doing 2 weapons.
I want to go over to like just a blank piece of paper.
It's up to you. You can kind of manage that.
So the tricky part about this is,
Yeah.
okay, so something like this too, right? Obviously, if you have like a coin or like a pipe, those types of things that aren't like actually worn by you, you can have as many of those types of items as you can, right?
Yeah, like wonders items.
Like
I got a
your,
bunch of
your
different-
arrows, you can have as many different arrows as
Yeah.
long as you have places stored, right?
Yep.
The difference is you have 2 main weapons.
I thought we said we could have 2 weapons.
But that's in the sense of like if he had 2 pikes, no, that were magical and he's trying to use 2 pikes. If he had like a pike and a short sword, fine, right? But now because you have a sword and then this attuned and became a versatile weapon, you can't have that too.
That's not versatile.
Well,
Right.
Didn't we make it versatile?
No, he did
because
make it versatile last time, remember?
That's why your
So
thing
you
went
use it
down from a
one-handed.
D12
Yeah.
to a D8
Oh yeah.
so that you can use it.
Throw this in there too.
So that's the tricky part about this.
Oh yeah, throw that in there.
So I have to
You
pick
were having a
one
hard
that
time
heads
using that.
I wasn't gonna be able to. I don't think.
So like for example, Brecken, he has an axe and a bow. That makes sense because he has his main weapon and then he has his offhand. Like think about it like that, right? Like if Bradley had a staff and a wand, great. If he had 2 staves, I'd be like, no, those are 2 similar weapons. You can't be focusing on attunement on your main primary like staff and then be like, oh, I have another staff, and be like, I need to get both, right?
Right.
Because the whole point is that there are some items that are supposed to be your main focus, and then you have some that aren't. So,
So I got.
All right. Well, I'll unequip this.
Right.
okay.
So you probably only have one equivalent.
So with this thing then, would I not be able to wear that if I got my necklace?
It's gonna be tough.
Okay, then yeah, we'll sell this too. Unless someone wants this, unless someone can use it.
What is it?
Basically,
we can't get rid of that.
We're not getting rid of it, but
Oh, this is a junk pile right now.
no, this is just where items we have. I thought.
No, I'm throwing items that are selling right there
Oh.
that no one wants.
I want to
Like-
use this. Just
and then if you're wearing it, you can't be grabbed.
So, for example, so I went through Max's, I figured that out. So let me see what you guys are wearing right now, and we'll just do this as quick as possible and see what works and doesn't.
We'll just have tools.
So while this is going on, I want to go to a piece of paper and write a bunch of letters, or write the letters of the alphabet down.
Yep.
I guess I had my pen.
Is this everything we're wearing?
Yeah, Mitch is gonna kind of double check.
Not just the two.
Well,
That's
hold
the
on.
only thing I'm wearing.
Oh, that's the only thing you're, like, you don't have any
Oh,
other.
I have this cape now.
So it's just those two?
Yeah.
You don't have any other, like, actual, like, normal other?
No.
my
He has a
bow's-
bow
My bow
attuned.
is just a regular item.
But I don't think it's attuned.
Okay.
So it's straight
Then you
bow.
should be fine. But yeah, so.
So I have my saddle, but my saddle is not on me.
So.
So
Compass, fine, that's it. You have one item,
I don't think they're necessarily better than the
wand,
lighter one. This one
One
doesn't.
dang.
I think it costs 2 to hit it.
gloves.
What's your strength?
Not much.
I can.
That's just the
Use
second
it.
one, but
Not
that's
a
not
segment.
attuned. But I,
Yeah, I know, I'm just.
the one that I have currently, my sword is the new one I got, the Alicorn one.
Oh, so this is
No,
the
not
one
yet.
you don't really.
Yeah, I don't. The Ouroboros is currently just like in my inventory.
Gotcha.
Like the only way I would say I would be able to use that is like if I was like out of combat using it, I wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to switch to that.
So, like, for example, like, obviously you couldn't try to use all three of these.
Right, and that's why I figured is I would only use that like if I would switch out of combat, like if we're just sitting there and I'm like can use that wand if that makes sense.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. You're good.
alright, mine should be pretty easy.
Because I agree, it's like I should, because technically that wand I have is technically considered my spellcasting focus too,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't be able
like,
to switch
the
to that.
wand,
and
the
use
wand
that.
blade itself is it's 2 in 1.
Right. So you-
So these are my shield and spear,
Mhm.
pike, and then I've got my braziers, which I would think would be okay with my ring because they don't go over my hands.
Yeah, they're actual just like
Yeah.
forearm greaves.
And then
yeah.
I got my necklace and my ring.
necklace and ring. Okay.
And then I have my saddle, but that's on Dorias.
Yeah,
So that's it.
should be good.
And then I have the bolt guard, the ring, the hat, and carpet flying, and my portal closing staff.
Okay, which is a thing where it's like you don't really use it until
Yep, I need
that one thing. So that's another one that's like it's on the line, but like you don't really ever use it unless it's
Right,
for
yeah,
one
that's
specific
the
thing.
one.
So
Yep.
okay, good.
Shield,
Guys.
legs.
Oh shit, he doesn't
You're
have-
like full armor.
We should give the we should give
I want
these to
somebody.
Sven and let him sell them.
OP in our ass.
Yeah.
Just start up a little pop-up shop while his shop's in
And
progress.
this is kind of a good reminder to us to kind of like remember what everybody has too.
Well, after
Maybe
getting
see,
what
like,
15 items, we need
yeah.
to double check that.
After finding the Steve's Guild stash.
But yeah, so
I
sorry.
do you have a
that
question.
was
So when I put on
confusing.
those gloves,
right,
Mhm.
like Just to
knowing that
clarify
they're part of the
like-
same set of those boots, do I feel any extra
any of the
effects?
weapons you're using, like,
Make
that
your
would
kind
kind
of
of
check.
sense, right?
Because I have now
That
the.
make more sense of like.
I'll go
what-
well,
what-
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
what
that's
is
fine.
your
Yep.
main
Make
thing?
Arcana.
Right.
I wasn't gonna use this thing unless I was fighting.
28.
You do feel a
Because it's not
connection.
really, it's terrible for me unless if I fight
they're
with
like-
a celestial or feet.
Right.
I don't feel
Then I
like
just
any
like this
difference
one
yet,
ability.
though. Or,
Not,
yeah,
yeah,
it's-
you do
I
feel
think
like
one of you guys have oh shit.
when you slip, because you had the boots, or no, you had the
My
hand, arms
Hands
first.
first, right?
When you slip on the
Yeah.
boots, you feel both kind of.
I don't know if somebody does it.
Like they're like your body
I
parts
need to
are numb,
find.
but
I need to find some herbs that give me strength.
Okay.
You haven't done anything
I
wrong.
know.
But Sylvan, did you want to do something with a piece of paper?
Oh yeah. So I want to write on a piece of paper.
The alphabet. Yeah.
I'll write on the alphabet, and then
see Sylvan scribbling the alphabet.
scribbling the alphabet. Then I'm gonna pull out my this thing right here,
Yes.
my Undertaker's planchette. Is that how you say that?
Yep.
And so I think I have 1 minute to do the letters. So So like, what? I don't know. You can probably do it pretty quick, but
Yeah. Does it say like write the
It
alphabet?
says place on a surface that has letters on it. So I just wrote the letters.
Oh, so it doesn't. You don't really have to take exactly a minute to do it.
No, I don't think so. And then I just put it down that this is
How
1
many
minute
minutes?
period. Can ask the corp within 30 feet one question.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh
I-
yeah, it just says it takes. That means it takes a minute.
Oh, it takes a
like,
minute to do.
to do the whole thing.
So I'll, like, if I'm not within 30 feet of Grobo, I'll pull his dumbass in there.
Okay, so yeah, Grobo was out there.
Yeah.
But I would say you go get some
Yeah.
buff men. They drag his
Drag
little
him.
ass in there, and now he's laying right next to the piece of parchment that you scribbled the alphabet on.
And I will. Does. I don't know what it'll do. I want to say,
Grobo's still just.
yeah. I guess, do I know if it'll be out loud or in my brain? I never used it before. Okay, I'll just kind of write to myself, or like just kind of on the table without saying it to anybody. Grobo, ... Sorry you had to die, but I am secretly in league with the Thieves Guild, and I am in dire need to find Ike Killigan. Do you know his location?
For this item, because I think you made it, is this still kind of Ike Killigan's like spirit, or not Ike Killigan's, Grobo's spirit? So is he like
Think
still...
of it like a Ouija board.
Okay.
It literally is a Ouija
Oh, so then will this move back?
So you can play it however you want per person.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you wanted just to spell out like a legit Ouija board would,
Mhm.
like he doesn't even have to be touching it, but like you can spell it out and then he like has to like watch as it goes. Or you can have like the voice ring out if you want it just to be between them because he wrote it down. You can do that.
But it's
Like,
still kind of Ike, or fuck, I keep saying Ike. It's still Grobo's like kind of personality, like his. It's not like
yeah. Think like a.
he still carries the grudges to the afterlife, even.
Think it's like a monotone spirit.
Okay,
Like he
got
can
it.
still hold those grudges, but like it's not like his personality shines all the way through.
Gotcha,
'Cause
okay.
It's, like it's a dead spirit, but
Got
it's just
it.
like
And
it has all the memory, it has all the
got it. Yep.
the facts.
He's in heaven and he can just speak to me. Hell.
And so Sylvan, when you ask that, you see Grobo's
That's true,
corpse.
pal.
You got the little, pendant down,
Gotcha.
and you see Grobo's hand reach over to it, and he presses his hand on it, and you see it go to F U C K, waits a little bit, Y O U, and his hand goes.
Hell.
That's very light.
So I'm gonna just go.
I thought I'd try it.
It was worth it.
Well, it's nice to know what it does.
That's actually funny.
Well then. What do you say we get out of here?
Should we heal? I'm
maybe
hurt
smoke.
bad.
I can
Yeah.
heal myself a little bit, or can you heal us?
I'm quite hurt myself. Yeah.
I was going to ask, I could shapeshift into a larger beast if we want to try to carry some of these goods out of here. Or should we let the people scavenge for it?
Perhaps I was going to suggest we could kind of just shout out to the town, take what they want, courtesy of Silty Mulkai, might put them in our good graces again.
And watch
Is
the
there any
massacre
food that
each
we
other.
can? Is there any food that we can possibly keep on our ship for rations?
There was some in the kitchen.
I believe with a larger crew, we will need be a lot more rations.
Yeah.
Maybe let's just take this stuff, Bradley.
Remember, you do have a lot of rations from the Gallhorn too.
Yeah, you're right.
What is it? I think we should take some.
Do you know how
I
many
think we take
rations
what
we
we can
have?
carry, leave the rest.
Because we have 43, but we didn't write down like Gallahorn rations. Because then we have like 250 rations from the Gallahorn. But it's actually
Yeah.
been like 5 days, so like.
Yeah, but
Is it a ration a day per person?
yeah, but
Roughly.
If you had minimal,
but you
because
also
it's a lot of
know
people.
that like you had like 250 pounds worth of Gallahorn meat, like rations made out from that. It was like a pound per ration.
Right.
So yeah, you had essentially whatever you had. If you had 43, add 250 to that. But then you would really only need to take, like, you only had like 14 members prior to the last day or two.
True.
So really,
How many days has that been? 3?
It's been like 3 days. So if you only had 14 people, like,
True.
you're still in town though. Rations are used for when you're not.
Gotcha.
in
So
the space.
that's what I was gonna ask. Because technically, if you have rations, like if they're at sea,
They can go to
they
the
would
inn
go
and
and
go get something.
right.
Yeah, and it's up to them to do that too. Like, I would say maybe take like 10 rations away from that because, first of all, Dominic and Thorin didn't.
And then the slaves who probably wouldn't have any money.
And the slaves that.
That we just paid them.
Yeah.
What did we
I'd
pay
have
them?
to-
25
like,
gold each?
Add 250
But
then
again,
to
you
that.
don't have to even take rations out for the newest slaves
They just
because
got-
Yeah, because
they just got their own rations that they took from salvadors.
Gotcha.
And they haven't been on the ship long enough to even need it. They already filled themselves before the day even started, or even ended at this point. So the only 3 people you've even had to have rations for are Thorin, Dominic, and maybe Zodia, but Zodia's got.
You got that. You got that coin.
Let's not take any of the vegetables or anything. Let's just take like the barrels. The barrels of grain. I feel like those will be decent.
Any alcohol you want to take, right?
Yeah, as much as we can own.
But yeah, so even on your investigation before, those were the 2 main ticket items that you brought, that you took. There is still an assortment of literally anything you really want. If you want a type of vodka, rum, like literally
I'll just grab
anything.
a nice little menagerie.
Yeah, you kind of just,
A couple barrels of mead.
yeah, just kind of
Sort
start
some
taking
handles.
some
Yeah,
random
you know,
stuff.
fill the bar back up on the
Yeah.
ship.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure, and easy enough to do. You got enough hands at this point.
I will get outside.
Mm-hmm.
Load up the items to me, and I will carry them to the ship. And I'm going to polymorph into a woolly mammoth.
Ooh.
And Elcor, as you're leaving, you head out towards the busted down door frame and you see a large crowd of people huddled around. And as you're kind of shouting, I'm gonna turn into a mammoth and carry the goods to the ship, you see, so what's to happen to the bar? What are you gonna call yourselves? Who are you? As all these shouts start coming in at you, Elcor.
This is the doings of Sultan Molkai.
And the kind of murmurs start to settle down as you speak.
It seems like there was more to this man Grobo than any of you knew. We took it on our responsibility to do what was right. He was taking your children, kids.
Lord Gracious!
Lord Gracious!
We all should take a bow.
That would be a
Yeah,
legit
I'll
gun.
check it out. He was taking your children, your babies, and giving them to demons and devils. Once we found that out, we made it our job to take his head. We will not stand for this injustice. We will not be taking over this bar. We are taking what we are needing for our ship. And the rest is for you guys to scavenge. They have starved you for too long.
And you hear kind of a distant shout. They killed Salvador as well! And they kind of chirps start to, chime in. And, wait, so they're not taking the bar? Who's this gonna be? They're heroes! And it's just kind of all this random shouting. What's gonna be done with the bar?
And I'm gonna walk.
I heard of a rule that they just made up recently.
Oh, what the
And as
devs.
this is happening,
People are
I'm
like
gonna
praising
have-
you guys. People are kind of worshiping the Soti Malkai clan. And then again, there's just kind of random chatter.
You have a few random people still cussing you.
And Dorias and Darius are gonna saunter out of the bar and just get behind
Mm-hmm.
Elcor.
I'm gonna do a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look for somebody
So,
that is being quiet right now. Like he's not fighting,
Mhm.
and he's kind of just mindfully kind of watching
okay.
in the crowd.
Yeah. Make a perception check.
And I do want to. I want to look for a race that would have more of a better reputation, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So probably wouldn't be an orc.
Yep.
Probably not a goblin.
Got it.
Probably not like a hobgoblin, anything like that.
There's no way in the
All right. Yeah. Perception.
15. So like human, elf, dwarf,
Yep.
anything that I guess would be almost a little bit of a higher standing, I should say.
As you look around in the crowd, again, it's hard because people are kind of shouting, a lot of people are moving, but you do seem to notice one individual, it's a human, who's kind of just standing in the middle of the crowd, because it's kind of broken into different sections of shouting, and he's kind of just like looking around all over, not really knowing what's going on. He's just kind of there because the crowd's there.
I'm gonna, does he seem like to be right outside the crowd, you said?
He's in the crowd, but again, he's kind of in the middle of like it's almost like a mosh pit out there. You know, he's surrounded by all the shouting of different areas.
Okay, I'm gonna message him,
Mm-hmm.
and point at him
Mhm.
and talk in his, I guess because it's like a little whisper in his ear, and say, "You there?
Okay.
You seem to be not taking part in this madness. What is your alignment?"
And he's gonna. Who goes there? Who is this?
It is the wizard standing in front of this crowd.
And he kind of locks eyes with you. Oh.
I'm like, kind of like,
Yep.
not like dead staring him, but kind of like gazing that way.
Yep. And he kind of locks eyes with you. I have no quarrels with anyone here.
I'm gonna try to, can I do an insight check on that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like on his voice to see like if that seems like to be an
Mhm.
honest response. Nice. 19.
You know that he's truthful with intent, and it does, based off his posture too, and just observing him before you actually messaged him, you know he seems to be newer to the area. He doesn't seem affiliated with anyone. He kind of seems like a loner right now.
I said, what is your name, sir?
Oh, my name is Damon Black.
Damon Black. Please step forward to the front.
And you say that out loud, or
No, I'll say that message. Sorry,
Okay.
still.
And he starts to shuffle his way through, and you see, as he starts to get closer to the front, you see a few stockier people, orcs, Goliaths, you know, they kind of, hey, what are you trying to do? We're figuring out what to do with the bar.
As I hear that, I'm gonna step aside.
And he kind of looks at you.
You are looking at the new owner of that bar.
You?
Him.
They all kind of look at, and
And I want
And
to
he-
Mr. Turner. And Dars. Are you still up there?
I'm up there, yeah.
What do you think about this? I thought maybe we could have this be the magical item shop for the time being.
and you see the crowd kind of dissipate around Damon, and he's like,
Pushing the shop in there.
he's still walking forward just slowly now as the crowd dissipates before him, and he gets eventually 5 feet before you.
Damon Black, you say.
Yes.
You have been the chosen to be the new owner of this bar.
And he looks around, and there's just crickets behind him. What did I do that was so deserving, sir?
Let's just say you agreed to not overtake you as you saw the madness happening.
Kind of looks around at all the dead bodies and kind of catastrophe that has taken the grotto. I appreciate this gesture, and if you do all stay in town or ever come visit, just know you'll always have a room and a bar stool at my bar.
I must ask you to swear one thing.
Yes,
Are you willing to swear in front of everyone?
I am.
Well, stand aside as I speak.
And he kind of shuffles to the side.
Everyone! This man, Damon Black, has been chosen to be the new owner. And as the new owner, he must be sworn that he may treat everyone equally and not take from the people here. Only to do business, to help the people prosper, and ensure the improvement of this town.
And you guys kind of start hearing some more chirps, and one of them, it's a new age in Stasgoy! And a lot of people, yeah! And a lot of people are off with Grobo, off with Salvador! Ah! As they're all cheering now, and you see Damon kind of looking around, and he starts sizing up his new building, and I think I can work with this.
You must treat goblins, orcs, humans, dragonborn all the same.
I swear to you, I will.
Oh, got behind him.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should name the bar the Malkai.
I think. Oh, hello, little one. What is your name?
Sylvan, I'm one of them.
Oh, you're part of them. I see. Oh, well, you know, with this bar being bestowed on me, and just whether it be destiny or blind luck, I think that you guys should be the ones who name it. And so if you wish it to be named Milk Guy?
Malkai.
Malkai.
Oh, Malkai.
It's so tea.
Oh,
And you don't have to call the bar that.
okay.
What do you guys think? Malkai.
I like it.
Sure.
You got a pretty cool logo with an eye on it and a mall.
What if we call it the Black Guy? His last name is Black.
That's terrible. Don't be the Malkai.
Somebody kill that guy.
David Black is the new phone owner of Molkai.
And you hear,
And as I do that, I'll grab those keys that I have,
Yeah.
and I'll take like the 4 keys, kind of like jingle them, and
Yep.
kind of like hold his hand out and like set it in his hand.
and you see him kind of take up a sense of pride that he's now the owner of the grotto, or now more newly known as Malkai. Well, what are you guys going to be doing?
We have some business.
Kicking ass,
Taking names.
stopping crime, the huge.
Kicking ass, giving bars away. That's what we do.
Well,
Or burn them down.
villages.
You're gonna need to fill up that bar again, by the way.
it's ransacked, you're saying.
If you
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
All right.
if you are in dire need and need to contact me, you can go over to the Oasis. Tell them to send a message to me, and I will reach out.
I will do. I guess, again, if you ever are in town, just know you have a room here and a bar stool to drink at my bar.
We are planning on leaving most of the supplies there for you. Should help you at least get started.
Absolutely, yes. Well, I haven't been here long, but I know kind of the stress the city has been put under. And I know that just with your actions here in the past 72 hours, the city is rejoicing, and change was much needed. And I will do my best to make sure it doesn't turn back to the turmoil it was in before.
Let's just say running this ball is the least of your concerns right now. There is worse out there that we must deal with.
Okay, all right. Yes, leave me out of those biddings. I'll make sure the bar is stocked.
I'll lean down and I'm gonna look at him like, sorry about the door. Hopefully it's
Okay.
not too much to fix.
Kind of looks around. Yeah, that is going to be an issue.
We needed a way in.
You need alone, go to the Golden Bank.
Do what I did. I'm gonna go to the back quick and take a tankard.
Take
Or
a
a
fancy,
cup,
yep,
yeah.
take like a fancy tankard.
And then, then I will transform into a woolly mammoth and then take whatever. We're taking a couple barrels, you said, right?
I'll start kind of trying to load up on this back. And
Yep.
And I bagged up those weapons that they had on them.
How many bows did we
Basic
get
stuff.
from that? I only
Did you say the
read-
bows? I know you said the swords.
Oh, there was 4 bowmen, so you got 4.
Okay. So yeah, so
Nice.
on yours it would be.
Oh, my. What, the sling?
Oh, they were.
Oh, they were
They
slings.
were slings.
Oh,
Oh,
shit, they were
okay.
bows. They were
That's
slings.
fine.
We
You
ain't
can
ra-
add
we ain't
more
raising
slings.
slingers.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about slings.
And there was
No, but-
8 short swords and 4
They
long
were
swords.
pretty legit.
I
you kicked
apologize
our
if
ass
that's
for a
not
little
the action you wanted to take with this place, but
No, I don't know.
I believe if someone is going to rebuild it, there must be someone here, not us, not an outsider.
No, yeah.
I think that makes sense.
I should know if I wanted to sell some magic items. I just was gonna propose that,
Hmm.
but I probably wouldn't be the greatest idea to have it in status quo anyways.
That's what I was thinking too.
we need to hire a lot of security.
This shit turd of a town, no one would buy anything. They're all broke.
For now.
Too. It's a new age.
I guess I'm a woolly mammoth. I guess I can't talk, but whatever. And then once I get loaded up, I'm gonna slowly start going back, walking back to Stonefire.
Yep. Yep. And so, again, you get out, trek your way over the bridge and you begin your way back to your ship, I'm assuming, where you're
Yeah,
going.
gotcha.
Yeah, does everyone else want to go quick?
Yeah, I'm
You just drop all your stuff.
Yeah.
And the one thing you do notice, as you are going across the bridge from Staskoy into Stone Spire, you notice that on the Staskoy side, you now have centaurs making their own blockade instead of on the opposite side. It seems like they've made an advance to at least push in to this part.
I'm gonna go on my ring because at this point I'm in the air, just kind of flying around, keeping tabs on them. I think I should go to the chieftain, just let him know that Grobo and Salvador are dead. Not that it matters if they're gonna help us or not, but just letting them know that both of them are dead.
Yeah, it's fine. But we'll be at the ship. Gotta figure out what we're gonna do next.
Okay.
I'll be there as well. I'll use my magic carpet to fly over.
So I'm gonna go to.
Oh, that's right.
I'll go to the
Oh,
place
God.
that I went to last time to kind of like seek a audience.
Yeah. So as always, you just start approaching the temple, and I can actually get onto that.
I'll just be unloading the stuff at the
Mhm.
ship.
Yep.
I'm sure I had that.
I know you got plenty of deckhands to help you, so that goes.
You sort of approach from essentially
I'm
the
gonna find some
road,
pasta and start eating it.
and you usually land kind of out in front before you kind of make those steps. Like past, I think there's like a little, maybe like a fountain by a row of trees or something
Yeah.
first. And as always, there's just that sort of flying V formation. Again, still multiple lines now. Instead of just that one sort of group of 7, there's like 24 of them now. But still at the head is that one centaur that has been essentially escorting you in each time. And yeah, you approach and he actually seems less on guard. Like most of them aren't like so uptight. They're not relaxed, but he's at least less ready to start a fight if need be.
Gotcha. So yeah, I'll go up to him and I'd like to give the chieftain an update on the whereabouts of the evil men in the city.
Yes, well, the chieftain will take word. He will not be meeting at the moment, but it seems as if the time in the past few days has eased up his worries. What is it that you must tell him?
Salvador Storm and Grobo are dead.
Well done, friend. What about your prisoner?
We're still dealing with them.
Any new information?
No, the only thing that we are still unaware of is where Ike is. We knew that Ike, based off of some of the letters and stuff that we found in the grotto and the bar, were linking Grobo and Ike together, which wasn't necessarily terribly surprising, but we don't know where he's at.
We might be able to help with that. We had a prisoner of our own who seemed to talk.
That would be wonderful.
We have 3 locations of safe houses for Ike Killigan in the city. We have people vetting them right now. We don't exactly know if those words were true, but the minute we find out, I will find you.
I appreciate that.
And know this is at the chieftain's behest. Your work in the last night has changed his mind.
That is good.
My counsel and my trust in you has made him turn his eye towards you again. His words do not ring true to the entire populace, but hopefully soon our people here in Stone Spire will soon follow. Keep up the good work, and you will be rewarded.
Good to know. Keep us posted on Ike. Because if we know where he's at, we will be there quick.
And then as he kind of nods his head towards you, he actually turns and walks into the temple, and the rest of the guard close in. as you step away.
Yeah, and then I'll get back on Dorias and shit.
But yeah, I'd say at this time everyone is back at the ship unless you guys want to do something else.
What time is it?
It's probably, I'd say 4 p.m. right now because you guys rested up, interrogated. That guy ran across, at night, finished your rest, and then pretty much right away you guys gathered yourselves, flew to Grobo's, did that.
Do we have any short rests left?
I don't think you guys...
Probably, we should probably short rest.
Yeah, make sure.
And then I will cure wounds, people.
Yes.
Hey, I was looking at.
Use me. I'll use cure wounds.
Yeah, I'll use my Song of Rest too, so everybody gets an additional D8.
So
So
if I
just
have-
roll that first.
If I have 39 points of damage that I don't get back, how long does that go?
24 hours. It's when the dagger was good till.
Guess I'll
Hey,
cure
does
my
anybody while we're
chalice
resting?
form. 38. 5. Well, you guys get 15 health.
15 health.
How many hit die do we get for a short rest?
As many as your level.
15. I'm not using. I'm just gonna use one spell.
And
Oh,
so
and then an extra D8.
With your ranger, it's a D8.
D10.
Or D10.
Wait, would you like to roll a D8?
I think so.
Okay. Sorry.
4 more.
Yep.
Because you should have gotten, what, 15 was it?
15 and
15
then
back.
they get a D8 from you, right?
Yeah.
And what was that?
Oh. No, everybody rolls the D8. Sorry,
Okay, yeah, so I have.
I got 15 from you.
Yep, and then you roll a D8 as well
So
from Sylvan's Song of Rest.
my health was at 113, like that's my max health, and then I got knocked to 94. That was my current max. Does that go back up to 113, or is it still down?
No,
at
it's still at
94?
94 now.
Life's over. Guess I had 4 saves.
I'll do it. And I have 5 hit dice remaining.
Use my hit dice. Somebody else got hit dice every year?
What do you want to do? You going all ones?
Yeah, I got 6 more. No. I got 10, well, taking 8 total. Okay, I'm at 2. 10. 7, 14.
Sylvan's goated dice.
Give me this dice.
25.
7.
Damn, I just rolled 3 10s in a row.
That looks pretty close.
I was rolling really bad till then.
And remember,
six
you
more?
do add your
Okay,
Constitution to every dice roll too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not just
Way
a dice
good.
roll; it's add your
I got
Constitution.
35.
35. Okay, and I got 6 more.
They're 41. So that's 7, or that's your 6th one.
Okay, so I got. So I have. This is my 7th.
Are you adding your Constitution to every roll too?
Oh, I
No,
overshot
you kinda
a
just
little
add
bit.
at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you would want to make sure you're not getting.
Oh,
So you rolled 7, so you have plus 14.
36. So I'm at 50 right now.
Okay.
And that's my 8th.
We got 2
So I'm
hit
at
dice
50.
left.
Should I keep going? Oh, it's a 7, so 9.
59.
59.
62.
62.
You have 2
2
more.
more. 2. 4. What did you say? I was at 64? God, I can't remember it.
That's I think you're at 66.
God. 66?
66, man. Yep.
Okay. That's 71.
Okay.
Sad 7.
And also a reminder too, during your short rest, or at any point, you can use your own hit dice to help bandage up somebody else. So for example, if you're like, don't want to use my hit dice, we might need them later. But you're like, I think I could give a couple to somebody else. You can help try to use a medicine check to bandage somebody else's wounds. So you're taking away your hit dice by giving them the health. That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, just giving you that heads up, you can do that.
And your healing and all 10 of my thing, I'm still like 60 off my max.
Die SOP!
I'm permanent 40 until 24 hours, probably good, 24 hours from the fight.
All right. Does
I
anybody?
got less than 100 HP.
Yeah, I'm only max.
As you will get back to your ship, what would you like to do now?
Should we go to the dragon?
Let's go talk to the dragon.
Do we have Salvador's head?
I have it, yeah. It's just in my bag.
Put it on the wall.
We gotta take it with, don't we?
Oh yeah.
We'll put it. Hopefully, he'll let us keep it, and then we can put it on the wall after. You might just want it for
Do we have
proof.
Globo or anything?
No, I didn't take Robeson. He just wanted Salvador Storms.
He's the only one that he mentioned.
Should
Fish
we go?
now?
Yeah, I'll conjure
Might as
some
well.
I'll conjure up some walls.
So yeah, you guys see Torin. Owls are conjured up on the ship and awaiting to be mounted.
Should we? Okay.
Got 8 of
What do you
them.
think? Do we go to this treasure hunt too?
If we're heading out there, it might not be a terrible idea just to look at it while
We're
there.
gonna do it at some point.
I think maybe we should go to the dragon first, and
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean, go to
Yeah.
the dragon, but we're in the
Well, maybe-
area.
Yeah.
Do I want to stop and get that dragon head? That dragon helmet?
We could.
Like, just stop, get it, go.
I mean, if you guys want to go too, I could also get it on the way back after we get back to the town. Because I'm assuming we're going to go there, talk to Dragon, do treasure hunt potentially, and then after that we're going to come back to the town anyway. I could
The
just
helmet-
go
no,
back.
we want
helmet.
the helmet for
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, I guess, yeah, that's a good
Pick it up on the
fair
way.
point. Yeah, we can do that.
Should we try to trade some of our items?
That's what I was
Do
thinking.
that
If we're
too.
there, we could even see what we could get as far as.
a whole lot to loot.
We could go and see there what we can get for it.
Oh.
Because if we traded in all these items, there's a good chance that it might not actually deplete that much of our gold.
No,
And we just got 5,000 from Grovo, and I've got a couple thousand on me.
I have a magical shop. I mean, we're gonna have a pile of items by the time we come back. If we get that shop ever built.
Are we going to? Sorry, where again?
We're gonna buy that dragon helmet.
Oh, yes.
Get the dragon helmet, and then we're going to go and talk to Velrenak about Salvador, and then maybe potentially when we're out in that area, go and look at that treasure map location.
Do you think he would let us do that in his territory? It looked like it was close to the mountain.
I don't give a shit. He's not that tough a dragon.
And watch what you say.
I think
You
that
can see a lot farther than what you think.
I think that at least on the map that I looked at, I mean, we could ask him and just say, hey,
We'll just see.
It's his mountain, he probably knows right where it's at.
Probably. It's on the right side. It's not in the mountain.
that's what I mean. It's not in the mountain.
But some insight could be good if
I
it's
don't know
booby
where that
trapped.
went.
Because again, if we go there and piss him off, that's not exactly what we're trying to do. The last thing we finally got to a point on this island where we're getting rid of the enemies that we have. I'd really not like to make another
I
one.
agree, especially the dragon.
We just need to
All
find
right,
a
well,
Titan.
Let's start going.
Alrighty, Titan.
I'll use mine.
And that was Birder.
The chief.
Murder.
Birder had the helmet. Yeah.
Didn't.
But they told me.
Sounds like he's happy with us.
Yeah, we're good with him. And they're looking for Ike because they also got a prisoner and they're interrogating and they have whereabouts now that they're
So,
checking.
are we going to town?
Let's go to Birders, grab the helmet, and then we'll be on our way.
Owls. Go find Ike Killigan. Let's
no.
I already conjured
Well,
on.
no. Let's just ride the owls.
We're
to
gonna
the
ride the
shop.
owls there.
You see them take off.
Once we get there, find Ike.
Did you give us any
Well,
type
then
of
we can ride
healing?
them.
Yeah, we used all
Wait,
of
but
our
I
short
only-
rest.
We'll
Just
ride
one.
them.
Oh, we did, we all
We'll
short
ride the
rested.
dragon.
You got 1
How long
D8
is it
from
gonna take
him,
an
and
ice?
you got 16
How long?
from him.
Oh, and we.
Oh.
Well, no, we're not doing ice.
Oh no, not Ike. How long are we going to?
The shop.
Border.
Oh, it should take all 5 minutes.
If
These
I know
owls.
exactly what I want.
I think we just stay on the owls. You go. I'll
Oh.
go in with you.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
I run into.
Take back the Ike.
Yep.
Just be quick.
So we'll go to Birders, then we're gonna head in there and
Yep.
do some
Maybe not
negotiating.
sell them this back. We can pay this for it.
Find Ike anyways.
You go to Birders. Again, it takes you no less than 5 minutes to get there. And
I can hold him.
you knock on the door, you walk in, and at this point, we'll say it's about 5:30 And for the first time, you walk in and you don't see him working.
My fault.
You don't see him working.
You don't see him
Because you can attune to that now,
strenuously
right?
working. You don't see any of the
Technically have one
workers. Like, you don't see Stuart. You don't see any of the goblins that he has around. You just see him actually behind an actual like dinner table that he seemed to pull out, and he is just sitting there eating.
So I'm into I'm in.
Yeah.
And you three walk in, and he's just eating some soup. And he sees you walk in. Well, back so soon.
Yes. There's an item that I'd like to procure.
Well,
Don't
goes-
worry.
bring whatever you want.
I'll grab that one.
Yeah, and as you grab the helmet, do you have that?
Oh shit, yeah, sorry.
And
So
then we're
you're
gonna try
talking
and sell,
about-
yeah. Or
There are more efforts.
Sorry, these are mine.
oh yeah,
Just buy
He
it.
just wants the helmet.
okay,
I don't want to go through the hassle of trying to.
it's fine. Yeah.
Persuade him once. I'm not in there.
Get
I
'em.
don't want to try to use it. We
Whatever.
can.
It's up to you
Just
guys.
try it.
I don't care in particular.
Sure. Just try it.
What are you doing?
Okay.
Just toss.
Here, you go. Yeah.
We got some bargaining pieces.
Ah, yes. I knew you had an eye for that dragon helmet.
Did sing to me.
Well, I believe the price was 12,000.
Yes. We also have some items that, if you are willing to barter and negotiate, we could offer.
Let me see what you have.
I'm not much of a salesman, but I don't think it'd be very often you'd be selling a dragon helmet to somebody around here. So, we did come across 2 items that I think would be quite nice to add to your store.
Mhm.
It is. I mean, how often do you have archers coming through here?
Well, actually, very often.
Oh. If that's the case, I think this would really catch the eye. If they wield a crossbow, this crossbow deals a whopping amount of damage, and it's a lightning crossbow. And you can also pair it with this quiver as well. So you could do double damage or whatever with it. In terms of invisible, this is Salvador Storm's bow.
Hmm.
And then,
I remember making that.
did you make it?
I did.
Oh yeah, well, it's a very nice piece of equipment.
In fact, it actually was stolen.
Well,
He takes it back.
Well, it's back in his rightful place.
Yes. Let me see the quiver as well. Let me see this. I can possibly repurpose if I need. Ah, yes. Never seen something like this before, but I understand its properties. Well, seems like you're here to barter a little bit, yes.
yes, I would say we are.
You are.
Ooh, we've been good to each other.
Oh, of course we have.
That's
But
like signal.
I do appreciate everything you've done. Word does spread. Although I do consider myself away from the purviews of the natural chaos that these 2 towns and cities bring to each other. But, as I've said before, that helmet is a prized possession of mine. It was one of the first things that I have ever created when I came here. I was gifted some rare items from dragons to make that. Something that I probably won't often get again. However, also getting back an item that was stolen from me, I do appreciate.
I'm not just giving it to you.
No, I know.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make that
I'm
clear.
saying I'm appreciating it
Oh.
being brought
Nice
back
to
to me. I understand, obviously, money needs to be made.
Yeah.
Of course.
And this quiver although I don't have the opportunity or the abilities to make something again like this, it does give inspiration into somebody who is a crafter. I do appreciate that as well. That actually is more valuable than you know to me. Yes, Silva?
I have an idea.
What is it?
Do you like living in this town?
It has its perks.
We,
Mounted it under
now, Brecken can do something with a hammer. He can smith a little bit. I feel like your expertise could be used on our voyage. And our journeys.
Voyage. And
Would
how-
you be willing to join our crew if we made a little blacksmithy in our ship?
Blacksmith on a wooden ship.
Yes.
You realize how dumb that sounds.
It's fine.
And
We'll put
how-
anything that's gonna be on fire on top deck.
So you want my shop to be on top deck,
Yeah.
in the open for all the dangers.
Yes.
And how would you rig a wooden ship to my shop?
Well, that's where
And
Brecken comes in.
As you see, there is
He's
a
gonna put metal
lot
all
of
around the
stone
room.
and metal.
We can just put just metal sheets everywhere. You just see yourself work all day long.
And he's like stuttering to find the words, but he goes, I appreciate.
I'm just joking. All right, bye.
No, I
just
appreciate the gesture, yes, but I'm sorry, I don't really see how viable that option would be. The materials that I get here are tough to find. I make with what I'm given. If I'm sitting on a port, what good is that if I'm sitting on a ship?
I think Sochi Malachi brings in the most rare goods in the land.
You possibly could, but when you have a shop as well as mine, fitted with all the artificer's needs and wants he has,
No.
you can't just outfit a ship to do that.
No, I agree.
I would almost need a whole ship to myself.
I agree with that.
We'll come back when we expand the fleet.
Once we get a
And-
bigger ship,
A blacksmithing ship.
we can never get rid of the Harkonnen.
And I haven't been to see your ship myself, but I do have workers here who have seen it. I have friends who have seen it. Your ship is not big enough to hold my shop.
One last thing as
Me
well.
leaving this place doesn't grant any good to the rest of the city.
No, I was just an offer. I was just a spur of the moment thought. So what's the price in that?
Well,
The diversion, perfect.
The other thing that I would throw in as well that I do have, because of my own interactions with dragons, if you're giving me a dragon relic, I could give you something that also might be hard to obtain. I could give you 4 dragon spikes if you would like to use them to make anything.
and he kind of thinks, unfortunately, dragon spikes can drive up a bargain. But unfortunately, when it comes to weapons, the spikes aren't the things that carry the properties of a dragon. It's its scales. Now, if you were to give me 4 dragon scales of a mighty adult or ancient dragon,
Maybe we have to talk to him.
I do have dragon scales.
you do.
I do. I don't have a lot, but I do have some.
What type of dragon scale?
They would be red, I'm assuming, because I'm assuming, because Dorias is a red dragon, that his mom, where I got them from, parent, would have been also red.
Yeah.
So they would be red.
Now, that is something I could do with. Again, depends on how many you have, though.
If I gave you 5,
And he kind of puts his head down a little bit. 5 could do a very minor thing.
what would do a moderate?
Well, something like forearm greave, like bracers or greaves, or a ring. That's something 5 could do. I would need like 30 for something good.
Unfortunately, I don't have 30, but I could give you 5 as another piece.
If you're offering to drive a price down, yes, I would take them, in hopes that I would come across more in the future to make something more grand.
I will keep that in mind if I ever stumble across them if we're ever back here. But yes, I would give you the 5 now.
Well, you asked for the price reduction of giving and bartering with items. This quiver alone, I could definitely knock off 4,000. Again, it's not for the item itself, but the inspiration and information it could give me. Now, the ballista or the blaster, since of course it was mine and it was stolen, and you have brought it back to me, I'll knock off another 2,000. So you're now down to 6,000 for that helmet.
What would you do for the? What else would you get for the dragon scales?
$2.
Unfortunately, I would only be able to offer about 500 gold off of that.
Just keep your dragon scales.
Okay.
You will get more.
Again,
Don't take your 6
5 dragon scales, even if I were to make a ring, would consume all of them.
Okay.
I'll kind of get out of stack. It's 15 or
That's like
6,000.
Randall Johnson.
And it takes back.
Here, take out. Only take out 5. I'm gonna give 1,000 my own.
Okay. Remember Randall Johnson? You had
His
to steal
scales,
his
his legs.
That is so bad.
His
Scaly.
How much
His
do those
hated
cost?
that. His dry
Yeah,
ass.
so you take 5,000
Because his legs are
out
so
of
dry.
the party fund. You take
Yeah,
1,000.
1,000.
And he collects your gold. He collects the items. Gives you that.
What's that from like 4th grade?
Scarred.
And Brecken, I want you to make an insight check.
He's got really breaking.
Well, it's pertaining to blacksmithing, so I do want you to make an advantage.
Let's go. He's back. 1.
It's 12.
12. Okay. It wasn't terrible. You know, in your past, when you've been working as a blacksmith, at times it is non-stop work, and it is exhausting when you're someone like him who is highly intelligent, and you've noticed every time you've walked in or they've explained what they've seen from him and the things you look in the shop, they are pretty extravagant items, and you would know, like, simple blacksmithing can take a long time. An artificer can take even longer on one item that might take you the same amount of time to make 6 swords.
Right.
And he is not only seeming like he's got some sort of like creative block, but you notice that he has been working fingers to the bone, and like just that inside of him, like eating, it's almost like he's got arthritis, like he's just like struggling to hold on, and it just seems like he just is just not himself.
Like he's old.
No, he's actually not that old. Relatively, he's a dwarf.
Like he's just wore out, run
He
down,
seems just at the moment like as if he were worth
exhausted,
20 days straight.
Yeah. Burnt out. That's the word.
Minimal rest, just feeling burnt out, and just his demeanor, like he's almost looks like he hasn't eaten in days, and this is his first piece, and he's just like, he seems annoyed.
Because we're in here.
He seems annoyed, but at the fact that the one time that he's finally taken a break, that it's been interrupted. But he's not annoyed to the point where he's not accepting of company. It's just, you can tell he's just like fuck, another thing, like really? And then, but as you guys are starting to leave, if you are leaving at this point, you notice like he kind of just goes, you can get a sense that he's like, thank God they don't want more. Like, thank God I'm not working again. Like, just from that little thing, just because you are a blacksmith and like you just know the type of person that he would be.
That's a guy who needs a beer.
It is, yeah. He's up to a lot. Alright, well, should we get on the owls?
I think so.
Get that thing on Dorias, it looks sweet.
I'm gonna put it on him, and then as I'm putting it on him, I'm gonna like tap his head and be like, "All right, buddy, we're going to talk to your friend who's not super fond of you, so I'm gonna put you away for a bit."
And so you're putting the armor on,
Yeah.
Dorias.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get him outside in the streets, and you start, measuring the pieces, get them all strapped up tight, and now Dorias is decked out. He's got a nice kind of gold-plated helmet with like rare crystals, rubies, kind of jolting out the back, and they seem to be powered by something. And he's a kitted dragon now, so he's looking sharp.
Attaboy.
What's your party phone look like?
16,000.
Nice.
That's good. Alrighty, and then I'll hop on an owl. We're gonna head to Valornock.
Yep. Owls.
Yeah, we're gonna. I guess when we get up in the sky.
Everybody look for those lightning bolts that seem to be wherever he was moving. Those are where the lightning bolts went.
I use owls.
I mean, I can always reach out to him if we think
Find
that's
the
what-
lightning.
Let's just try to find him.
Do we need to let him know that we're coming?
Nah.
They said
I'm just gonna yell.
He'll know.
Alright, we're coming to speak with you. You said you could hear us.
So as you're flying, I'm assuming through the wastelands and everything, through the gnarled fields, and as you are
like this?
flying in that direction, everyone make a perception check.
You're the best.
Is that for everyone?
Yep,
There you
everyone
go.
can.
Alright, that's terrible.
21.
9.
7.
Okay. You two, great.
21.
21, 25. Yeah, the rest of you don't really seem to pick up on much, but you two notice that in the gnarled fields where those tall wheat, grass, and sort of maze like cornfield type place, you see a lot of just like sort of singed and burned and like ripped up areas, and you see in those spots just dead bodies of devils, and like you see a couple of those like crystals that have not or seem to have solidified into like small little speckles, and just because you rolled so high you kind of get just like that weird glint from whatever daylight is still left, and you see that there's no more roaming other beasts there either. Seems like whatever waste the dragon had laid there when you went back into the city has halted some form of movement there. But in the distance, you both also see that still dark cloud and storm sort of pulled back towards the mountain again. And it actually starts once the gnarled fields end. So you can see up until that distance, and you also notice that the storm doesn't seem as violent at this point. And Sylvan, when you kind of call out this, you don't notice an immediate reaction or immediate movement after he says that. But yeah, you, I'm assuming, still approach.
I think so.
As you approach, you get about a mile out yet, approaching the base of the mountain, and then you see the wings come over top. Halt where you are.
Woo!
And
I
you
tell
stop.
him an hour. I'm speaking normal.
And you all stop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stop.
Yep.
And have you brought me the head?
I'll reach in my bag and I'll.
And you pull it out. Yes,
that traitor. Place him at the bottom of the mountain. And keep your distance.
Am I by the bottom of the mountain right now?
You are like getting there.
Okay.
And
Oh, like we're still flying. Okay.
You're still flying as he says this, as you pull it out.
Yeah, and then when we get down close, I'll just drop it down by the...
And with this, you all see just the outline of his wings and the head popping over the crest of the mountain. And as like a lightning bolt cracks, you see coloration around him, and you just see his very blue, piercing lightning bolt eyes coming from the storm, not really seeing anything else.
You were right. The evil have penetrated my mountain. On the surface, I have rid these foul entities of my home. But they are deeper and harder to find.
And then you see, with the crack of lightning, he opens up his wing, and you see a large gash in one of his wings.
There is something else within this mountain that I do not recognize. But he has not returned since you've left. Was it a humanoid?
No.
Was it a big red guy?
He was cloaked. Even to my eyes.
I think it was Octavius.
Could be anything at this point.
Big gash.
He was bigger than a human.
Could have been that fiend or whatever it was that we saw with Octavius.
I was going to guess that mountain creature, but it doesn't seem to be that either.
Sure, the big thing.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely not that. That thing would, no offense to Valorant, but that thing would crush him.
You speak of a Trask. It was not that.
Do you know where this thing is at?
No. When I returned from laying waste to those creatures in the wastelands, in the fields, he was waiting on my throne.
Well, is there any way that we could assist you in taking this beast down? Or these other demonic creatures within your mountain?
Make a persuasion.
Oh, wow!
For a total of.
Oh, 19. Should have ended your sleep.
And
If I would know, I would pursue him. If you somehow know where he might be, I cannot trust you. I've told you once, and I won't tell you again. I work alone. Felranak works his own.
So,
Maybe you should ask him about the map.
I will,
He's not very receptive to me.
Alright, so here's the
Even
thing.
with a nat 20.
Nat 19.
We have a map of something in this mountain. No idea what it could be. Obviously, you're not gonna let us do that, probably, are you?
What? Search for my mountain.
It's like a little outside of your mountain.
Well, you've brought me ahead. If you search for something, I wish to know what you seek. If
The map led
It's
us
just a
to a
map.
rift. It led us to a location near the Rift Halas, which is on the northern part of the mountain near the base.
well, if you search in the Riptalas, that is not my mountain. You can search there all you want.
Sounds good. It's good to know. Never
But
mind.
if you wish to enter my mountain, I will know. But you've brought back the head of my bastard child, my traitorous son. I will grant you 36 hours if you wish to search.
For this beast.
No.
For whatever.
For what we're searching for.
Start the timer. What to?
No more.
Wait. I thought you said that was out of tenure on that mountain.
Saying if he will allow us to search his mountain as well. If we cannot
Oh.
find it in the Halas.
And then
And
you
then,
could probably search that monster too.
yes, we can see. But I believe we should do the item first. Doesn't seem like he's interested in us searching for that. Thank you, Grand Dragon. That is very gracious of you.
We are quite the team. I mean,
You gave us a task, and we did it.
like we go into that mountain, I don't think that whatever damaged you has come back out alive.
No. And I would make sure.
You're 0 for 1, we're 0 for 0. Just give us a chance.
And he
Guy.
stands tall on the peak of the mountain and stares down at you.
You little green runt.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
If you only knew what I saw, you wouldn't come back alive. I, the mighty Felranok, made him flee,
Oh,
and I can make you no more living in this world. If you again let your tongue slip.
I'm just confident. We have a pretty solid party here.
Sylvan, shut up.
No.
Okay, Sigmund.
Yeah.
As his axe is talking to him from the hill.
I'm just a bit
He has the axe
disappointed.
put away.
Yeah, no,
It's not too new.
True.
I'm just a little disappointed. I thought we were gonna have a good partnership.
But once again, you forget. We are not partners.
Not yet.
Never.
All right, well, should we go to the rift fields?
Let's do it. Why am I talking like the dragon? Are you saying?
Oh,
let's go
look.
Felranak, it was a pleasure. Good luck reading the east of your mountain.
And then I'll get on the owl.
Yep. Same.
Back to the old.
And you guys are heading.
And then we're gonna head
the
to
Red
this.
Claw.
Yeah, we're gonna go kind of that. I think it's like the western part of it,
It's like
right?
right here.
Just a little notch right there, yeah.
Who has the piece of paper? Somebody has.
Should be over by you.
You should have that.
How long have we been traveling? How long have the
First
owls
ball.
been in contact?
Oh, I drafted it.
How long have our owls been
Ah,
taking?
there it is. I
I'd
drafted
say like it takes like 2-3 hours to get to the mountain from
We're gonna need some more owls.
I can take one more in my carpet, but
I could become an owl.
I would ride with Bradley.
Get it, let's get it.
Larkin, want to ride me?
Don't ask like that again, but yes.
Sylvan,
You want to
Yes.
ride.
how will you get there? On the
I'm
dragon?
Or us.
I may ride Felranak.
I'm assuming we're already.
We already left.
Hopefully.
God, hopefully. We're gonna get TPK because this guy wouldn't shut up.
He's gonna see a giant lightning bolt just.
What's a D&D fan? Well, let's just say we had a Dragonborn who wouldn't shut up.
Okay,
You see a lightning bolt above your head.
it's exactly in this spot. I know exactly what it is.
I can hear from miles.
And I'm gonna whisper in my ear, really quietly.
I think it's in this mountain. I thought it was in the Rift Halls. It looks closer to the mountain.
We have 36 hours to beat up that.
And then we'll
You want to try that?
Then we'll fly away.
You guys almost got TPK'd last session.
He mouths.
He's like sitting there waiting at it.
It's like
And then I do a little dragon breath.
It's like his tiny acid breath versus a giant ass
Real more
lightning
powerful
bolt.
dragon.
he like
He's got a helmet.
True.
you guys turn away from the dragon, but the dragon hasn't turned away from you, so he sees everything. He goes, "We can take him."
No, you can't. I can still see you. I'm Batman.
Okay. Stop.
He's getting too into it right now.
He's like a Batman character.
I live in the shadows.
Alright, we're going to the spot.
I live in the clouds. The lightning is mine. Where's Rachel?
So we're going right there. Right there. Exactly that side. So I'm just gonna carry it like this.
Alright, yeah. So you guys travel for a bit. I'm gonna have Torin probably cast his owls one more time for you guys to get there fully. But
Let's cast Charles again.
I think he transformed into an owl.
Yeah, we're this time, I'm riding the carpet, he's shapeshifted, and he's riding with
All
Got it.
Dorias.
Dorias.
got it.
No, Dorias is not out.
Oh.
Oh, never mind then.
I'm on owls because that's
Well, he didn't
piss
cast
me
it.
off.
So we're flying, and these two are just walking on the ground right now.
Owl. Yes, in the morning, owl. I'm gonna have to leave the whole phone.
Pick them up.
How many people can I carry?
You can carry. The only person you can't carry is Darius, unless you only carry him. You can carry two of any of the others.
I'll do this. I'll use one of my charges in my wand to give myself wings. And I'll let him get on the carpet. And then you can carry him.
Okay.
And he'll ride you.
Okay, so I'll take those two.
Up on Dars. You don't eat
Abracadabra.
So yeah, you guys see Elcor twirl his little wand around himself, and you see wings sprout behind his back. And
What do the wings look like?
Really, yeah.
are they angelic? Are they demonic?
Are they?
They're half and half, actually.
I bet they're little
50-50.
goddamn fairy wings.
One wing's like, yes, a very angelic one, and then the other one's more, I wouldn't say like demonic, but like a darker angel type kind of wing.
So like one white, one black.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Why do you have
say.
Or
two
you can do like
wings?
I'm gonna say it looks like a,
one
like a,
angelic and
like
one
a butterfly.
Yeah.
Like
Because I wouldn't say it's like a demon wing,
I think you
but
should have a little tinker bell.
one's
Like a
like
dragonfly.
a raven feather, one's like an angelic.
sure. And then the
That's
like,
why I
and then the
asked.
little,
Just like a
and then there's little tips that look like swords coming out of them.
Nice.
And
Little,
so
little daggers.
you guys make it to the destination. We'll say you guys travel for hour and a half, 2 hours, and you get to the spots, the one on your map where you're kind of looking down at the terrain based off where you're at in the map, and it seems to get pretty close to where you think that X marks.
Torn, keep your eyes out for this. We need to find. We're in the right area. Look for some sort of landmark. We're not going to see an X, I don't
Do
think.
you know what we're looking for?
Not a single goddamn clue.
I'll take a look to see if I see any sort of structures or pathways in the mountains, anything like that.
Make a perception.
Yeah, I'll join him as
Yeah,
well.
look for anything that looks unnatural.
I advance.
Oh, I guess. Does the Riptilas look exactly like this?
13.
You know?
To a sense.
So like, I
Yes
guess
and no.
I'll look for the far
Three.
left. I guess I'll look for this far left pillar, and then I'll just try to go like straight left a bit.
So if you want, I can give you more of like a representation of what the Rift Halas looks like. So if you can picture like something more like Greek infrastructure, kind of like Athens, right? Like the type of like big open domed or big open like ceilinged space that once had like an actual like building attached to it, which is where you remember that's where you all stayed the first time. But it's all like in ruins, like it's mostly pillars, there's no roof anymore. The main part of what building could have been there, the only part of it that is still there is like one small room where you actually slept, a hallway where the roof is gone, and then like that opening into the courtyard where you had that magic circle, and then like just that one wall seems to be still standing like strong, but the rest of it seems to be in ruins. It's mostly pillars, knocked over pillars. It seems like archways that like are partially held together. It's just that sort of like tall, ancient ruined temple like place, but it's just not necessarily desecrated, but like, yeah, it's almost like someone just like, I'm gonna take that piece out, I'm gonna take that piece out, like all over the place. And it's not just one, it's like, it's almost like 3 in a row would have been there, but just that one spot where you stayed last time is like the strongest standing. The rest of them are just like 3 pillars at a time, like, and then nothing. Like it's, yeah. So like where you went to, where you're asking to go to, is the edge of where that long straightaway that you guys had the magic circle in. And again, like that part of it seems like there's 2 pillars that are still attached by an archway where you're going to.
So then I'll like look left of that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep. Then you were looking for anything
Yeah, like-
out of the ordinary?
Yep, and I got 26.
26.
I guess I can roll.
Someone got a 23 or something.
Oh, it was 19. I got 13.
So, out of the ordinary,
Like besides obviously the temple, which I would know is different.
yeah.
Like unnatural.
I'd say, Bradley, you spot out decently far away from the actual Rift Halas. You do see a unnatural pillar sticking out of the ground,
Yep, I see that too.
closer to the mountain.
I'll go my hearing. I see another pillar kind of far off over there. I'm not sure if that might be something more towards the mountain.
Lead the way, Bradley.
Follow me.
And so yeah, you guys see Bradley take his carpet.
How long have you said it's been again?
It's been about 2 hours.
Seeing the Rift Halas, I'm gonna get like overwhelmed and overtaken by it. I'm actually gonna go like in awe of it and check out the Rift Halas myself.
Okay. I want you to make an investigation check.
19.
19. When you are starting to walk through this place,
Magnificent.
you start recognizing the weird history that it could easily have held a long time ago. And something seems vaguely familiar. And the only way you could make it make sense is that it's a very old place of magic. And it's like somehow you can picture just through like what you could maybe imagine of what this place could be. Not what it maybe actually was, but you start to like take it in awe and almost like picture yourself of what this place might have been, like I explained before.
Gotcha.
And yeah, with that, you just kind of feel this overwhelming sense of like magic in the air. And Bradley, when you start approaching this place, you feel this weird, like, not necessarily pull, but this weird, like, sense of like static electricity.
Like that one tower that was kind of off to its own.
Not quite. It's
Or
a
the-
little. It's a little bit different. it seems like when you were inside the circle, that magic was very vibrant, and it felt like it was flowing through you at all times, and you felt like your power as a wild magic sorcerer was like unending. Like you could just reach for something new you've never experienced before, and now it just feels like a static. Like
kind of like feel where it's like specifically coming from.
It's just like the entire presence of the Riptalas itself feels very much like static.
And then, do I also feel that from like that one tower that I saw that was sort of sticking out of the ground? Or the pillar, sorry.
No, this is just separate.
Okay.
This is just in the direction of the halls. You just feel this, not a pole, but just like this, almost like a barrier of static where you get close to it, it just almost feels like fuzzy on the screen.
Okay. And I'll kind of say, that's right over there. I'm going to land here for a quick second. Yeah, and then I'll kind of land and kind of go back to that circle that I was in before.
You can.
Yeah, and then I'll kind of just stand there and see if I feel anything different, if anything happens.
Now, you would be the only one who would see him.
I guess Doris would be with me as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess true. Doris, you're with him. So you kind of get off a little bit away from the circle, and you're kind of just walking around. You kind of notice that he's walking towards a circle that seems somewhat like, you know what a teleportation circle is.
Mm-hmm.
And it, in a way, seems like a teleportation circle, but it doesn't somehow, and it, even your history and your knowledge, it doesn't make sense.
Gotcha.
And you walk onto the circle, and you both see at this moment Bradley's form drops, and he's his true original changeling self.
Wait, what's he look like? Changed.
So his changeling self, if I'm not mistaken, looks very much like himself, but it's this like white, like kind of like albino-ish.
Yeah,
right?
like almost like,
Gross.
not like see-through, but like, just like pale.
Like
and,
those guys from Marvel a little
super
bit,
pale.
like those
Yeah.
guys, kind of.
Team up with that guy.
Like it's like his skin is almost like opaque white. Like again, not quite see-through, but it's like it's very opaque. Like his eyes actually turn a little bit more like bloodshot.
It looks like this. This is what his face looks like. Scary. That's what he looks like.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
Not like exactly, but yeah, you go.
But like the rest of him doesn't change. Like all the clothes that he's been wearing, same. His hair is the same. It's just his skin turns this weird opaque white.
Like
And-
Vader when he takes the mask off.
Kind of, honestly, kind of. But and his eyes are just super bloodshot and like red. His demeanor doesn't change.
There's more to you than what I thought.
And then if I kind of look at my hands, do I see that it's changed?
Yeah. You look at your hands and it's.
You are not who I thought you were.
There's still.
They've said you were a human, but human I do not see anymore.
It's. Occasionally I can change. I'm not quite sure.
They withheld that information from me. They did not know. I don't know which one.
It's possible they didn't know.
It's weird. Did you do that yourself, or what caused that?
I think it has to do with this circle.
That thing caught my eye right when I walked over here.
Have you seen anything like this before?
It looks similar to a teleportation circle, but the power is much more stronger than that. Have you been to this place before?
Yes, once before we took a camp here.
And did anything happen?
I think I missed that session. So
Yeah.
I know.
So, a little recap for you. Last time you were here, some weird purplish glow light came from the circle, and it was like a ring around the outside that was vibrant at the base, and slowly became like as if it drifted into the sky. And it was at night, and only you could see it. And then once they put the glasses on, only Sylvan could see it. And there was like these ruins like up on pillars, like where I had explained, like it seems like this wall in the hallway, there was like different ruins that like meant something.
Oh,
It was like it pertained to like ancient magic, draconic magic, druidic magic, like ancient wizard like script and text, and then it was like something with like transmutation, if I'm not mistaken, or illusion. Actually, it was both, and then there was like one other one that I can't remember.
I think conjuration.
Conjuration, yeah. Which was the basis of like the wild magic part of it. The conjuration was just things would just conjure out of nowhere. And while you were in the circle, these little motes of light would pop up, and when you went to reach them, a wild magic surge would go off. And at one point, you actually cast Hypnotic Pattern on everybody within the vicinity of the halls, and some succeeded besides Brecken. And Brecken was told just to run away because you like he had to save you somehow, and then the rest essentially like didn't really fight you but kind of brought you back. And then you guys kind of found out this like what the different types of magic that were in this place. And that was pretty much it. It was like there's like this small little puzzle. But then at this point is when your wild magic flipped. Where you realized something in you just felt like almost like everything within inside your being like wasn't half glass full, it was half glass empty. Like it just felt like literally almost like someone took a timer and just went like this, and it just like it was almost like a weird sense of vertigo, and it's been sticking with you ever since. But
yeah, I'll kind of relay that to Elcor. I'll actually also take out like that, I don't know if it was a scroll or like that binding that I got. It goes from the cave. I couldn't open it.
I can't remember.
I think it's, was it the book I gave you?
Yeah, because you had it on your dragon, you like handed it to me, I think. Yeah.
Oh, that was
That was the ancient elf spirit, I thought, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the lich.
That was the Tome of Sazal.
Oh, okay.
That you found after that fight.
Okay.
So,
and I currently have that. This is this,
yeah,
right?
you guys found out what that was.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'll relay kind of what happened last time to Elcor.
So you say you felt the power of this place.
As in, something inside of me flipped, I feel like, with my wild magic.
Can you do it again?
You guys got a bunch of boons from it too.
I would love to see it myself.
Well, the last time it was at night. Well, it's kind of late now, but I couldn't control it. I didn't activate it. It just all kind of happened.
Well, a wild magic sorcerer, that would make sense. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted by all this. I've heard stories about this place, but never actually got to see it myself.
And
I can mark this one off my list.
As you've been standing on the circle for 5-ish, 10 minutes, your feet start to get a little numb. And then have you stepped on the circle?
Yeah, I would say I would go walk over to him.
Okay, so as you have stepped onto the circle with him, approaching him and asking him these things, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh. Fuck.
23.
Nice.
23. You get this weird, sick feeling in the pit of your stomach. Like, feels like acidic, and it kind of feels like it's like crawling under your skin. And you like, for a moment, get a little vertigo and dizzy, and you kind of like snap out of it, and all that numbness seems to fade away.
And it seems like that I started feeling that when I stepped into the circle.
Right when you stepped into the circle.
Did you feel the numbness?
Yes, I feel it now, actually.
I do too.
And you only felt that once he stepped on.
I felt it when he stepped on this.
That's good or bad.
Not sure.
Maybe we should alert the others. I am interested in seeing what it has to offer.
Yes, well, I'm not sure how we could activate it, but or what they could do.
Well, I have one idea. Something procures me about this circle. Please come to Halas immediately.
We're looking for treasure. What is it?
As I say, I'm not gonna respond back to him.
It's the,
And,
Can I look down from my elf and see what?
is that a cantrip?
What?
Oh, it's
Earring.
Sorry. But message is a cantrip, though, technically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But I wasn't can. I was just.
I know, but
I would see.
I want to hover above them, about like 10
Um,
feet higher than them.
Where are you?
Maybe 15.
So we're at where those weird things happen at that circle. Elcor has some sort of idea. He wants everybody here.
Oh.
and at the use of your magical
So just-
earring,
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you feel this large, heavy, like as if someone behind you is pushing you. And you kind of get shoved 5 feet outside of the circle.
Yeah, right there, Elcor.
And you see him like he's standing there, and it's like his feet slid on slick pavement, and he just gets pushed off the circle. And then your numbness goes away.
The numbness in my feet disappeared.
Do you want me to try something without you in it?
Numbbeat.
So I can step off quick.
And as he steps off, I'm gonna step back in.
Okay. So you step off. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
And does my like form change when I step off?
Yeah, when you step off, you go back to like Bradley.
16.
16. With that, you get this weird sense of like almost like radiation poisoning like hit your chest, and you like start like almost feel like heartburn, and you start like keeling over, and you like go down your hands and knees, and you start just vomiting like hard.
Elcor.
Why did we come over here?
And you guys all see.
Hungover.
You all see as if you have
No,
walked over,
actually.
and you've been watching this entire time, and you see Bradley step off. He turns back into the form that you know. His skin turns back to normal. Elcor steps on, and he just immediately just starts grabbing his chest, and then he falls down his hands and just vomits and vomits and vomits.
I got a question. When I'm vomiting, does it? I don't know how to ask this.
Is it chunky?
Does it feel like that? It's like that's the magic causing me to feel like that?
You can make an Arcana check.
11.
11. You have no clue what's causing this.
Okay. With that, I'm gonna kind of like fight the sickness or whatever, you know, kind of like stand up a little bit. And in that circle that I seen, that you said it kind of looks like a teleportation circle. I'm gonna cast teleportation circle on it,
Okay.
and I'm going to try to, like I'm not trying to travel anywhere. I want to see if that is like a circle that would send me to a different realm or something like that, if that makes sense.
Okay. Mark that spell slot.
Yep.
As you stand up,
Like I'm not trying to activate it to travel myself. I'm trying to do it to like see if that is like
And
a planar travel.
on a
or something.
transportation circle, you have to draw it, right?
Correct.
Is it a ritual?
Uh,
Does it take time?
it's 1 minute casting.
1 minute?
Yep.
So during this time, do you have to speak or do anything?
Yep, it is verbal.
So as you start trying to speak this, you're drawing it out. You're speaking, and you're like it's like you can't like speak very well because you're constantly just vomiting while you're in the circle, and you're drawing and drawing. And as you finish after a minute, if you all have gathered at this point, you see him drawing on something, and as you finish the teleportation circle, you kind of like stand up, and you get really dizzy, and you are like starting to black out, and last thing you remember is finishing it, the teleportation bursting, and you get thrown back 50 feet, and you take 7 points of cosmic damage.
Ooh. Say star?
Pippa's leg.
What does that mean? So cosmic damage.
So what is the after you get flung back? Does it look like it's
And
activated or?
So you just remember in your brain something like bright flashes, and it knocks you unconscious, and you don't even remember hitting the ground. You all see him stand up, and all of a sudden, like an unseen force just rips him out of the circle and throws him 50 feet. And you don't see a flash, none of you do.
Bradley,
Yes.
Get to work, magic
last
casters.
time you were here, I believe some wizard appeared. Am I right? Who was here with us?
I'll do a history
Do you remember
check.
that?
Still
You can do a
novel,
history
but
check.
I don't. Did we all see him?
11.
He eventually showed himself, yes.
Oh,
It
okay.
was a dwarf.
11.
He was a gnome.
Oh no.
What was the history?
Was it a gnome?
13.
He's a gnome.
He's a gnome.
13. It was a gnome.
Gnome.
What'd you roll, Torrent?
11.
11. You don't remember his name. You don't remember much about him.
Could I try to roll to remember that?
You can, as they spoke it out loud, yeah.
18.
18. You remember this was a gnomish figure named Dalgovane.
Oh, I had a
He was called Doggo-Man.
And he had
really
like
hard to find.
bright reddish hair.
Ah, there it is,
And he had a
Dalgovane.
gem in his forehead.
When you have like 10 pages of notes, you'll find it eventually.
I know.
Struggle.
I don't know. I think something's calling you there. Maybe go in there and try to focus. What if you try to? You have your second beat still, right? Your second.
He's only had one heartbeat.
Oh, I thought there was something around there.
It was like skipping. So
Skipping.
They're hard to shoot.
And
Maybe
yeah,
focus on that.
you notice
we call
that
it?
since you've been on this island, it's been arrhythmic. It hasn't been a steady, and it seems like certain places make your heart rate grow, but it's no different than it's been in the past, hours.
Hey, and maybe I think you just need to try to almost connect to
Doggo-Man.
either Dalgofane or Octavius. Because what if he has some connection to this thing?
Not sure how much I want to speak to Octavius, but
No, I agree. It might help us locate him.
that's true.
Just trying to figure out what this damn thing does. Obviously, Elcor is passed out.
Yeah, I still like just passed out.
Yeah, you went unconscious.
That's what I thought.
What is cosmic damage?
Yeah, so
I mean, just try.
Cosmic damage. So like made up damage.
I will step back on.
Okay, and as you step back on,
Sounds cool.
Does like my hand
feels like you're on stone.
and then does like my skin change again?
Oh yeah, once you step back on, skin changes into that opaque white.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab Elcor.
Then I'll kind of close my eyes and just try to think about that day where Doggo-Bane revealed himself. I just think of how he looked like. I guess the way try to like connect to him.
Yeah, and as you start to kind of just like take this short moment to like ponder and like kind of not necessarily reach out, but just think of Dalgofane. I want you to make intelligence check.
I'm gonna take my flask over. It's got that really potent alcohol in it, and just wipe it underneath Alcor's nose. See if I can get him up.
I'm gonna use one of my lucky.
Yeah.
Let's go 18.
18. As you're kind of standing there thinking about Dalgofane and this sort of like static image, almost like daydreaming, as your eyes are closed, kind of like comes into your brain, and it is an elephant creature with a gem in its forehead. Very much similar to what Dalgofane had in his head. But Ganesha comes to you. The benefits of this circle have been granted. Your path has been created. Thank you for giving me another purpose to a creature such as yourself.
What is this place? What is this circle?
This is an ancient sorcering circle connected to those after the temple had been broken for those wandering souls to give boons to others on their search for their own path again. This circle is only for sorcerers.
That makes sense why my friend was shut off from it.
Yes, and you can
He's seizing.
reawaken it
Choking with you.
to its proper form. But only you. And that static kind of washes away, and then you feel this weird, like, static in your chest.
So then, like he kind of like disappeared.
Yeah, and you like kind of come, open your eyes.
Then I'll step off the circle and I'll say, Ganesha revealed themselves to me. They told me that this circle was someplace where the sorcerers, when it was around, where they can go and give advice, those types of things to sorcerers that come after. I was told that I could bring it back to life, back to its power, but I didn't get much of how to do it.
I have no idea, Bradley.
Me neither.
And with your 18, it seems as if that static has drifted off that stone circle and kind of attached itself to you. And it's attached to a very innate part of you that you were given last time when you were given a boon from the circle. So if that gives you any hints on what could possibly be used to maybe reopen this.
I remember mine. I got double damage dragon crown.
Well, would mine be like the wild magic flipping?
No, that's just the thing that happened once you reached the circle.
Yeah.
It's whatever extra gift I gave you,
I just need
which
plants
I
around
believe
here.
was.
We don't know because he wasn't here. I think you texted it to him.
Well, I gave it to him, but I think it was you get that extra, like instead of like you always wanted to like, you know, like how you could take one wild magic surge and keep it, and then I said you actually get to choose from 3 a day, right?
Gotcha.
Wasn't that what we said? Like
Yeah.
you get like 3 spells a day that you can pick and choose from to use that on. So like.
You got that. You got that. I'm freaking
You
talking
know what I
about
mean?
trees.
So like,
He goes, so.
Grass.
Hey, how you doing?
but I mean like,
Hey, look
I'm
at
pretty
the
sure
guy
that's what it was,
pissed on
wasn't
you.
it?
Yeah, that does sound familiar.
Like,
Make out with a tree.
we gave you like that one time a day to like use your wild magic
You flip
surge
with me,
Yeah.
trees?
when you wanted to, rather than it just go off randomly. And then I think your boon from this was like you also can. Maybe it was like only one other thing, but like if you used that wild magic surge, or wild magic surge happened and like say it went off 3 times in one day, you can then pick from any one of those 3,
Okay.
not just one, the last one. It's like any of
Yeah.
them.
Okay. Well, my boon was I could
Charlie's getting educated.
buy wild magic
Because
surge.
he wasn't here for this
Yeah,
session.
sorry, I forgot.
No, you're good. I'm just saying because he wasn't here. It's not his fault either.
No.
5 wild magic surge. I think it's maximum of 3 times. I can choose from one of those 3 to focus in.
Do you have one of those spells saved right now?
I do.
Maybe
I
try
have.
casting it.
You killed dragon, just one eye.
The one that I have is the what's that called? It's like that circle.
Magic circle.
Magic circle. Yes, I have magic circle.
I'm gonna try using it.
Casting it on the circle.
Yeah.
Seems like a good one. Magic circle of a circle. I don't see how that could work.
So I'll step back on them.
Okay.
And then I'll cast.
It's gotta be a
Magic Circle.
triangle.
Yeah, and as you cast Magic Circle, you sort of start to take your magic from your orb, and as you kind of pull your orb out, you actually don't even grasp hold of your orb. You grasp this large ball of static, almost as if static is a physical thing. And as you kind of put your hand down on this stone platform, that static ripples out of your hand and gives this bright purple coloration as it fills the space. That static in your chest burns away, and then now that magic circle is back, and you see only you again. Those like weird small specks of wild magic float.
Oh, he sees it?
Only he sees that.
Engineering guy roll.
You guys see?
But you all see the magic of the magic circle there, but you don't see exactly what he sees.
Am I still knocked?
After Brecken comes over, you wake up with a headache.
Oh my god.
Do you guys see those lights shooting up?
What could what happened to me?
No idea what you're talking about.
Someone has the glass on. You kind of joke, so I figured you did. So you
I do have my token.
Yeah. So
He's tall.
you can see the light.
I'm gonna try to like go touch it then.
Yeah, you walk up to the circle and you kind of reach your hands out and touch, and you see those little lights, and they hit your hand and drift through your hand and keep going.
So you know what this thing does? Can you talk to them sorcerers, you said?
Well, when I focused in, I saw Venetia for a second.
Did my spell do anything?
It sent you flying.
Yeah, it backfires.
What?
You got launched like 50 feet.
I would never do that again.
I could tell. The last thing I remember, I finished my spell, and next thing you know, Brecken's shoving his strongest booze up my nose.
Just means I liked you.
Wake you up.
Bradley, what are you doing?
Have you seen these lights shooting from the... I casted magic circle on it and it seemed to have activated it.
You did. I'm not seeing anything.
What?
That's good.
What if Bradley puts on the glasses? He sees another layer of this reality.
Did I see anything different?
I'm trying to say my elf form.
And when you put the glasses on, the illusion magic that had been obfuscating the entire presence when you've gotten here does change. And it seems as if like all the lines that seem like a transportation circle but like 10 other things, you do see them like reshape into different positions and become more clear, which would have helped the first time understand what the symbols were on the pillars of what they possibly could be used for. And with that, they all change like different colors based on what type of magic that had been used. And it just seems like those circles or the lines and different scripts or whatever just make more sense. But those motes, every time that they fly up, you see, as you stare hard enough, like you can tell there's like a symbol within them, and you see what type of magic school is getting shot into the sky. So they're just like, instead of just like a little ball of light, you can see actually what they are, and you get more like, oh, if I touch this one, something transmutation is going to happen. And as you're kind of taking a look at it, you also hear voices as one.
So I get the sense that it's kind of like the souls, or maybe not, or the memories or something like that of the sorcerers before.
Yeah, that or the creators of this place. And you have successfully reawakened a sorceress magic circle. So at the end of the session, you're going to get an extra 200 XP.
Let's go.
Yeah.
He's fucking OP.
It seems that the lights are different schools of magic that represent those who were here before. And I think now the circle has activated.
Which means Elcor is going to get launched again, or?
I don't recommend that he step on. I was told that it is only for sorcerers.
Oh,
So stay away.
might I at least see the glasses, see it for myself?
Yes.
What kind of
So you
glasses on?
put the glasses on, and all you see is this purple ring light around the circle, and these weird balls of like blue and purple, like orb lights, kind of drift every once in a while. It's not like constant, but it's like one will go.
Am I familiar with sorcerer circles at all?
Make a history check.
Dirty 20.
Yes, you are. They are very rare. Like, you've heard of them. This is the only one you actually have seen in person and can confirm. Right? You've heard about them, but you don't even know locations of where one might be. And yeah, this is like the first one that seems to like.
Okay, I will, with my glasses on, I'm going to take out, like, my book, and I'm going to sketch, like, the circle, like, the bottom, and, like, the moats and things like that you kind of mentioned.
Yep, you can do that. And once again, like, the actual stone circle that you see, like, you don't see the differences that he sees.
Right.
But it's, like, just random lines that seem to make absolutely no sense. So it's almost like you just took a sketch, you're like, oh, this line looks good, this line looks good, this line looks good together. Like, it makes no sense to you, but yeah, you draw it out the best you can.
What do you think? Should we go try to find this pillar that you saw? Brother, you saw it, did you?
Thing do anything else?
I don't think so. I think we're good. I don't think it does. I think Brother can maybe come back.
Oh, we're not able to walk in the circle.
I don't think we are.
I'm not trying.
I don't think it would be a wise
Ooh,
idea.
ooh. That's when you started throwing
I'm
out.
sure you've all been in the circle before.
You know, flying on top of
In
it.
this state, and you were fine.
Oh, in this state that it's in right now.
Yeah. Just so you know.
Then I'm going to walk in the circle.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow at it.
We'll fly into the circle.
You shoot an arrow at this at the stone and it sticks. Doesn't do anything.
I'll walk the circle and kind of get, like, a visual from being inside the circle with, like, the moats
Did you
kind of
change
flying
your
around now.
Yeah.
Did you change your quiver?
No, I kept the lightning
one?
quiver.
Okay.
As you all step in the circle, nothing happens.
I'm staying outside. I don't.
Don't trust that magic shit.
Brother, what'd you see? What'd you see that thing outside there?
You guys try first.
The pillar.
Yeah.
That's what was just down.
Let's go that way.
Do I see any plants around?
Here goes.
You actually don't. It is mostly because this is more of like the wasteland.
Bad area.
There's no like fallen up sand. There's no vegetation out here.
The creative plant.
You guys continue. It's about an hour outside the Riptalas.
Look at you guys go for it.
And you guys start approaching actually the base of the mountain, and the pillar that Torn and Bradley spotted, it's probably a good 100 yards away from the base of the mountain, and it's a large pillar with symbols kind of all around it, and that's what you guys approach.
I'll give you your glasses.
Do I recognize any of these symbols?
It looks similar to the symbols that were in the previous room where we were at.
I'm gonna leave
The
my
ziggurat?
owl form. Just
where the
that's
top,
noted.
where the circle was.
I'm gonna leave my owl
Make a
form.
history check.
I was hanging out.
Oh, you're saying the
Yeah, I want to see if it looks like
Actually,
it was
I'm
made
gonna
by like
start
the same.
Oh, no, not those symbols.
Chalice on me.
Can I tell what are the syllables like a language, or are they just like pictures?
Make an intelligence check.
Professor Lake Kavanaugh has been here before. I could feel the cosmic power.
To be honest, it's just I wanted the radiation to heal up
My
like that. Makes
glasses,
the
my
only
glasses
sense.
are on.
It's not acid. It's not.
I'm looking for anything suspicious.
18.
Jumped out of me.
With that intelligence roll, you depict it to be some sort of language. And what languages do you speak, Brecken?
Infernal, Auric, and Undercommon.
But it's none of the ones you know.
Okay. Do I look at it, and does it look in any form of Draconic?
It does not.
Can I look at
It
my
looks
glasses?
very... Elcor, you make a intelligence check.
1 second.
That was my boon I got. I can
I'm
understand all.
gonna
languages.
cast comprehend languages,
Good to see
Nice.
you. Good to see
and
you.
I gotta just touch the pillar or whatever it's connecting to.
Got
But
it.
then I
I'll be
can.
explosive.
Goes 100 feet.
Oh, I'll cast it. It's a ritual too, so I'll just free cast it as a ritual. So I'll take 10 minutes instead of 1 minute.
Okay.
read
It's
the.
taking some time.
Well, I might as well free cast the
Yeah,
search.
no, I agree.
So you guys see Elcor walk up to this giant column and pillar, and he starts putting his hands on it. And you see the sigils start to light up with magical energy. And Elcor, you know this language to be giant, and you know it says up each. It says the same message up each side of the pillar. All around it, it says Dramu awaken. A worthy challenger awaits you.
Dramu? Am I familiar with Dramu? Does that seem to be like a name or like a creature or anything? Make a history check.
Make a history check. It's gonna be.
18.
You don't. The name does not ring any bells to you.
You said Dramu awaken?
So it reads Dramu awaken. A worthy challenger awaits you.
A worthy challenger. It says Dramu awaken. A worthy challenger awaits you.
Who the hell is Dramu?
Bamu. I know Bamu.
And everyone, when he says this, make history checks.
Please.
I thought it was 2.
13.
15.
6.
Whoa.
The only two that get it are Brecken and Doris.
2 retards in the group.
Oh yeah.
The minute that Elcor says a worthy challenger awaits you, you guys remember being stuck at that gate on the ziggurat and saying you are not worthy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I tried to kill Sylvan.
Do any of these things resemble anything from the ziggurat? From like looking at it?
Make an investigation.
I dispelled magic the last one, didn't I?
That was good. That was cocked. 10.
None of them seem to align that you can tell.
Okay.
Is that anything
So
like
this
below
was
at the base?
This was what we read into when we read the ziggurat.
And this
getting that
this
too.
pillar is like 50 feet up. It's very high. It's a tall pillar.
I'll do like an Arcana check on it. I just want to like
Maybe somebody should go up to the top of the pillar.
It's a good idea.
7.
You know it's magical.
I'll fly to the top of the pillar
Mhm.
and my carpet and just see if there's anything there.
And so you fly 50 feet up to the top of this pillar and you look around and make a perception check.
13.
You don't really see much. You just see kind of the ripped glass in the vast distance now with the base of the mountain about 100 yards away.
Doesn't seem to be anything up here.
Nothing down here.
I'll fly back down.
I'm gonna look at the floor. Is there anything on the floor around this, or is it just literally like pillar in sand and nothing?
What was your investigation you just rolled?
10.
You don't really see much there either.
So it says, I'm assuming.
Elcor, does it say Dramu? A worthy challenger awaits you all the way up?
Yes.
I'll go up
On
to
all 4 sides.
on all 4 sides. I will go up to the pillar. Does it look like it's in different sections at all?
No, it's all one like steady constructed pillar
Okay.
without any like segments or breaks in it.
All right. So like if I go up to it, it doesn't move.
Elcor, are you able to speak in a language that you understand?
I am.
Do you think speaking it? What language did you say this was in?
Say
Giant.
Say Dramu, I'm a
Giant?
worthy challenger.
In giant?
I can actually
something.
speak giants.
Oh, can you?
That's the language known.
Send Bradley.
So I'll say that in giant.
What does it sound like?
Omar, no waka. What is it?
My thoughts.
Let's go! Little boy Bradley, and
I knew it.
Yes.
I reached in his bag.
and you guys,
King of languages
I
over here.
appreciate anybody who can speak.
you guys feel the air go stiff and still, and from that you hear Hercule. You feel the ground start to
And I'm
shake.
gonna rub around a little bit.
This isn't good.
You feel the ground start to shake, and you hear. And everyone make perception checks because it's probably like 10 o'clock at night now.
22.
Shoot a long rest.
I'll fly on my carpet. to get
16.
up as well.
19.
Crit fail.
9. I haven't rolled above a 10 in about a year.
The only, what'd you get?
22.
Oh, the only people that get it are Doris and Torin. and you see you guys are facing towards the mountain, and you see arising from the mountain is a giant stone giant, like reaching up. He's coming alive from the mountain. You see him like pulling stones from the mountain with him, and you see him. And you guys just hear this. Only those two see it. And now he stands. And when he stands, that's when everyone else can see the silhouette in the moonlight of this gigantic stone giant.
Is it like as tall as the mountain?
From this perspective,
I guess, yeah.
like it looks like he's not as big as the mountain, but he's a very large creature. Not gargantuan, but a very large. He's a giant.
Does anything happen to like the pillar around us or anything like that?
When,
does
you,
it, like,
when,
light up
or when
like
he
these
speaks,
things?
it glows, and that's when, after like 10 seconds of it glowing, that's when you start hearing the rumbles, and they start seeing
Gotcha.
the thing emerging from the mountain, and you see this after he kind of sets himself. Goodbye, Junti, amor. And he's looking down at you, Bradley, and he says, "Which one of you is the worthy challenger?"
I'll say back in Draconic.
Or giant, you mean?
And that means we all are.
And he's still looking just at you. Boom, die, shingiti mo.
I'm gonna go.
And he says,
What's
only
he
one
say?
may challenge Dramu.
He just backhands someone across the
I'm out.
He wants to be a one-on-one.
How about we send Bill over there?
I nominate Darius.
Because that's gonna go well.
I agree.
You're the one that has a chance, I think, but
I also agree, Doris.
I am willing to do it as well if you need someone. I will not let Bradley do this himself.
See, I would do it, but he wouldn't let me, so
The only
that's
problem is if me
You're
and my
correct, Bradley.
students come out here, I think we're gonna piss off someone else.
Ask the giant if dragons are welcome.
I guess true, he might get pissed off.
Our dragon's welcome. And he responds in giant. Only one dragon welcome in this mountain.
Yeah,
only one dragon is welcome.
Yeah, so that's not a good idea.
Let's go. New man, Elcor. Send him. No point in.
I'm gonna get shit on if I do.
Elcor.
I feel like
Guidance.
we're all going to.
Guidance.
And then
Use your power.
Like, well,
We can't send
do
Sylvie.
it with
Just
honor,
piss the
Bradley.
giant off.
if you allow me.
I don't control you. If you wish to do it, then
Ask him if it's a test of strength, or what type of test it is.
I'll say. Whatever test is it?
I can just watch these two come to giant to each other all day.
I wish the giant translated it. And only we know. You guys don't know what you're saying.
How do you guys know what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that.
And he looks at you and he starts to get down closer to you, which you don't see. You just hear. And you feel just the air start to kind of swirl around you guys as he gets closer. My Shimigo. And he says to you, a test of worthiness in front of me.
There's a test of worthiness in front of him.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Oh, cool.
And you hear, as you're kind of thinking, Elcor, you see him shout again in giant. No one has been able to defeat Dramu.
Since he's undefeated.
Is he?
I'll start flipping my coin.
Is he
It's
drama?
been a while, but Zodia, where are you?
Zodia, are you there?
You're up,
He
buddy.
doesn't have an earring.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, that's sweet though, Zodia. I'm already here. I've been following you the last 12 hours.
Somewhere on the ship, there's a pair. Zodia! Someone's trying to speak to you. They need you.
Are you gonna die?
I might.
If you don't want to do this, then you don't have to.
Bradley, you
Someone
fight
has to.
What the hell is that?
And I will
all
not
supposed
let
to
you
be
do
that
it.
thing?
It's got. I don't know. Maybe I would be good against it. I have no idea.
Our arrows aren't gonna do anything to
We
it.
don't know what.
I believe someone with magic would be the best, but the problem is,
What magic?
right?
Did you
I
have
have a-
history
I
of fighting
believe the
rocks?
druid may be even better than me.
I'm always ready for the oak bark, people. We are no afraid of no giant.
Well, we could leave it up to chance if you would like.
True.
Yeah, I don't think the spear is good against a mountain.
Roll off.
Roll D6.
Let that decide our fate.
Wait, so it's just between me and you?
I think
You
so.
don't want a D20?
Let's have a 1B.
I'll die. This is weird.
You guys should do it.
I think you might be the best at it. That's why we want you to do it. But I don't know. I just don't want you to die though.
Any sort of damage, I feel like it would be.
Yeah, the two.
Isn't it gonna be resistant to any
someone
bludgeoning
died in
damage? You
this
think?
I know the 2 people have died.
Do you think?
Well, why do you think we're more? We already died
Yeah, that's
once.
true, that's
What's
true.
happened about dying twice?
Okay, higher number fights because we want the challenge.
All right. I got the 4.
I have a 7. Father, if you're out there, send me help.
I'll point to Torin and I'll say back.
And I'll flip. Someone puts.
I wish you could luck. Good.
Now you get a. Here you go. I'll just give you one. I'll give you one.
So I'll point at Torin and I'll say in Draconic.
He's worthy.
And he instantly turns his gaze towards you, Torin, and you see now, because you passed the perception, you see his gaze striking at you. You must prove your worth to me. Trial by combat. And from that, you see him. You see him lift up his arm, and from that, a giant club comes up with him. And this is kind of what you're looking at right now. And from that, you guys see the stone column that was standing straight up. It topples.
Maybe I would have been good for this. I just shielded myself.
And after that, you see it spread all around in like a decent, I'd say like a 50-yard kind of radius, and it starts
Well, you can shield yourself. Too.
as stone walls start to close in Torin and Dramu for their trial by combat. And that is where we're going to end the session for tonight.
I have a whole week to prepare.
This is insane.
Come on!
Shit, maybe I would have been good because I would have been able to dodge him, but
Don't worry.
I was thinking my tankiness is gonna kill me.
This will tell me.
You got a lot more HP than me, don't you? How
What's
much
your
you got?
HP?
I got 78.
Oh,
so.
I got more than you. Before I had 113, but now I got 94 because I'm temporarily disabled. Don't worry.
You take a man.
I'll heal myself with 70 hit points if needed. Level 6 heal.
Did we make the right decision to take a Torin? Or no?
It was just whoever wanted to challenge. I was
Oh,
gonna let
I didn't know
anyone.
it was like a special
No,
challenge.
yeah, I was gonna say whoever thought they were worthy is gonna try to fight the stone
I feel
giant.
good. Let
Oh,
people.
God.
I love that. You're like,
Honestly,
"Oh,
if I had a primarily bludgeoning weapon, I would have been like, yeah, I'll fucking rip
I mean,
it.
I got some shit that can make him send to this guy.
With my luck, I'll
You
go
gotta
over with a
remember
fucking
that.
spear and I'll hit him, and you're like, yeah, that's gonna do like a quarter of what you thought it would do.
Gotta imagine this dude's ripping
Did we get XP for last
No,
night?
you guys didn't get XP.
Okay, I was
for
gonna
that
say,
session.
because I was checking, I was like, I
This
think we
might
didn't.
come in clutch. Or not that one. This. An extra 10 feet of movement. If I can just avoid the whole battle.
Got to get XP from last session.
Yeah, I'll
Did
do
you have
that.
thing on that?
Which one?
These.
Yeah.
Did you have one of your AC?
Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, I didn't have it.
How many people did I
Yeah.
have?
It's actually really high.
Yeah, you're high.
For being a.
Yeah, because
Did
you
you
had
add
your
your
shield
movement
too.
too?
Do we have to atone to these yet, even if you
what's
already
your
know what they
speed
are?
track?
Yeah, but you would have toned
So
your
that's
short
right,
rest, so
40.
you're
Oh,
good.
that's
Okay. Can I see your percent?
That all might do for forget.
Actually, this might.
Add 1 to my dex, 2 to my initiative, and investigation stealth.
And then AC is
1 to
AC.
speed.
That's a good AC. That's a good fly AC. Wow.
Well, that is really
What did you say?
This is the 1 to dex makes this 21 then.
Plus 1 points.
Yeah, but that would still be a +5. But if you get one more item that gives you dex, then it'd be good.
Just do plus 23. That's
Oh, that's what it was.
Initiative plus 2.
there's 6 of them.
So when I use
What
this
do you think
thing,
sneak is?
when I use my jump,
Okay, you all
Yeah,
from the
sneak is
last
stealth.
session got 6,300 XP, and then Bradley, obviously you had 200 just from this session.
Guess who's level up?
6,300.
What's level up? What's
Level
level
up.
up?
What'd you level up to?
I'm at 120.66.
I'm at 120.80.
Oh, so you leveled up too?
Yeah.
Guess level up?
120.
119,966.
I'm at.
I see.
I'm at
Like
so
next
low.
session,
I'm at
you get XP
119,
or
100.
What was it? 6,300.
63.
Oh yeah, we need the.
Jeez, I'm
I'll
well
take
below.
that gate.
For some.
But not all. Not sure worth.
What
We're
is
the
the
challenger.
120,000.
It's 120. I just cracked it.
What are you at?
119.
I got a 2 level up.
Jesus Christ, why am I so low? I'm 119, 819.
I'm 119, 100.
Good sesh, boys.
That was good. It was fun.
Can't fucking get my own
Now the
right.
biggest
I am
fight of Torn's life.
So nervous. I told him.
Don't
I mean,
worry.
if you lose, we can just heal you.
Oh, shoot.
I guess thinking that we should have let